If you're looking for intellectual, informed basketball takes, and you want to bring in media that knows what they're talking about, look no further than.
Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights, man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands, we run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan, we got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm to run the fast breaks, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast breaks, throw me the outlet. We on the brink, it's fast breaks. We on the brink, it's fast breaks. Let's go. What up, party people?
Yo.
Thank you for joining us on this Saturday afternoon once again for an audio adventure. You already know who it is. I go by the name Ro, the hostess with the mostest, and you know this. Flatbush joining me today, as always. The man in the middle, the sturdy one. The author, America's favorite Haitian uncle, King Dre Sock Passe. Additionally, we have the stubborn one, the coach, Mr. PRR Sports, 1995, Coach Paul in the building. One, big up yourself.
Don't know I already.
And last but certainly not least, the professional, the architect. We call him Morpheus, Alan, the man with the plan.
Oh, what's good?
Big Jersey.
Big Jersey.
Shout out Carl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Kyrie
What you
Irving. I said shout out Carl Anthony Towns, Jalen Brunson, Kyrie Irving.
Shout out Jalen Brunson's braider. Oops, I meant my braider. Shaw Blaze, you already know what the f- is going on. You feel me?
You're the second person I know that gets their hair braided by her. That's crazy.
Really?
Best in the city here.
That's crazy.
Jalen Brunson go over there.
I can feel the small guard powers. On Monday, I'm about to
Feel the small guard powers.
now.
You're about to be in the mid range.
Actually, you do kind of play like him. I seen your clips. You do play like Jalen Brunson.
You do.
So that's why I hate when y'all say I hate on the Knicks.
Yo,
like Jalen Brunson is not one of my favorite players in the league. Like at psj.jd on all platforms if you want to see some IRL hoops. I really do play like this man, bro. Like,
y'all see the first comment we just got? This is disrespectful.
huh?
Y'all see the first comment we just got? What's going on here?
Don't post that. Don't.
No. We got married men in this chat.
And Paul knows this. Paul play with me in real life. He knows that I got a lot of Brunson to my game.
Your favorite player on your favorite team?
That's a
Whoa.
fact. That's a fact. No. Say that.
I did not say that.
Say that.
You play for your city? Yeah.
Now I just gotta figure out how he does that. Now I just gotta figure out how he does that bend where he gets these 2 ones right here. You just hits him with
that too. Yeah, I see that.
I had the band. I just don't know how he does this and doesn't mess up the rest of them. I tried it yesterday. That shit looked crazy. Anyway, let's get right to it. Speaking of small guards, transition king. It's official. I don't like it. I'm saying it right now off the top. I'm sick.
Chris Paul has decided to officially walk away from the game after 21 years.
Walk away from the league, not the game. You'll never be able to walk away.
No, it's the game.
What you mean it's the game?
Until we hear of his next move related to the game, right now he's walking away from the game.
Damn.
Posted his official retirement announcement via Notes app on IG. Everything about this pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything about this. I haven't checked IG, but like, I don't know if the NBA has posted about it. Have any of the teams he played for posted about it? All we have is Deshaun's tweet, and that's just sickening. Okay, I see Bleacher Report's posted it. ESPN's posted it. React.
I mean, right now, Paul Pierce is getting a better goodbye tour than CP3 was. This is disgusting.
Yeah, you're right.
This is disgusting. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Again, F the Clippers, man. I just got to say that with bottom of my heart, man, with my entire chest, F the Clippers, because they let this happen, man. Y'all ain't got no kind of soul. Y'all ain't got no kind of dignity. Y'all ain't got no kind of respect for yourselves, and certainly not for your legends, all right? That being said, to see one of the greatest point guards ever go out like this via Instagram Notes, brother, we should be having parades about this guy. All right, he should get a statue at least somewhere. All right, like what's going on? Orlando put a statue of Shaq up there. We can't get one of CP3. What's going on?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? What do I mean?
That's a pretty tough comparison.
I beg your pardon.
Orlando, Shaq and Orlando?
Yeah, no. Shaq and Orlando is not better than Chris Paul on the Clippers.
Correct.
They went to the finals.
He took them to the finals, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's different.
No Jordan. He had a great team. He wasn't there that long.
Chris Paul, he might get a statue, by the way. He just yesterday.
I don't know that he's gonna get a statue. The only place he's gonna give him a statue right now is New Orleans, probably.
Shaq is still probably the best player in franchise history in Orlando.
I'm not.
Chris Paul's best franchise in at least two different franchises at this point. He's the best player in New Orleans franchise history and the best player in Clippers history.
I agree.
Is he?
Yes, he's the best player in Clippers history.
Yeah,
no, New Orleans.
He was better than Anthony Davis.
100%. 100%. I'm so sorry. Anthony Davis is second.
All right. Continue. I don't want to.
Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this.
Let's not do it on like his retirement. Let's celebrate him. So continue.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even know why he did that.
Listen, all I'm trying to say
you had to bring no one else's name up.
I know, but you need comparisons.
Right. Yeah. You said, are you sure about that? What do you? That's evoking comparison.
OD.
Because you brought up another man.
No, he brought up another franchise.
And a man on that for you said Shaq to Orlando. You didn't have to do that.
I know. I'm just saying. Well, no. Not because Shaq doesn't belong in Orlando or Shaq didn't do great things. In Orlando. But like you said, he's the greatest player in that franchise's history. And Chris Paul is the greatest player in this franchise.
So real quick.
Yeah.
Chris Paul averaged 18.7, 9.9 assists, and 4.6 rebounds in 425 games for the Hornets in his career. Anthony Davis averaged 23.7, 10.5 rebounds, and 2.4 blocks in 466 games for the Pelicans in his career.
Okay.
And how many of those games? How many seasons did he miss?
He played more games. He played more games.
How many years was he in New Orleans versus how many years was Chris Paul in New Orleans?
Chris Paul played more games.
I understand.
At least he was there longer.
What is this guy asking me?
I'm saying like it's a different era that they played in, honestly. Like, and they had a lot of bad years with Anthony Davis. So Chris Paul gave them a shot every year.
A shot to do what?
A shot to make some noise in the playoffs. I think Davis wasn't even making the playoffs some years. So I don't know, man.
They both have gotten to the semifinals. Is the farthest they've gone.
Right, but I think the Hornets were consistently more of a threat with Chris Paul than the Pelicans were with AD throughout their tenures in New Orleans.
Well, we can return to that. Alan, your reactions.
Obviously, this is not how we want Chris Paul to go out, right? Like, as a legend of the game, we wanted him to have like a farewell tour. But the reality is, like, a lot of players like don't get that. You think about like Melos of the world, they just don't get that. So I hate that his career is ending like this, but I'm gonna choose to like look at it on a positive more side, because at the end of the day, it's his choice. If he feels peace with ending his career, I'm so happy for him, and I can't wait to see like what he does next, because I don't think he's walking the game indefinitely forever. I see him doing the media thing a little bit. Maybe he'll end up coaching, because he's one of those like competitive guys. In that note, like the last sentence or last line was like, "Man, I love to compete." And like those guys usually end up becoming like coaches, or maybe we'll see him doing something else. I don't know. But overall, like Chris Paul's a legend of the game. He is one of the best point guards the league has ever seen. He was one of like the driving forces of like that point guard era that was like a couple years ago, like 10 years ago. I just I'm gonna remember him for like being like the pinnacle like face of like what leadership is in the NBA. A lot of people didn't like him. You always hear about beefs with Chris Paul, but at the end of the day, like everybody respected him. So I'm gonna miss him. I'm sad for him that his career didn't end the way he wanted it to. I was really hoping a young team can was gonna like the Hornets, something was gonna pick him up and he like be that same like person that he was for like OKC or the Spurs, right? Or even like Phoenix. He was like the older vet that was on the team, and they ended up being good. So like with a lot of young guys on the team, and they ended up being good, and he led them to the playoffs, and that's what he really became known for in the later part of his career. So I was hoping that was going to happen, but I'm just happy he gets to walk away, and he's choosing to walk away. And shout out to Chris Paul, man. I can't wait to see him in the Hall of Fame. He's going to give one hell of a Hall of Fame speech. And that's
I have
his
a
next
question
step,
though. Do we feel like this was a choice? Because part of me looks at the timing of this announcement. The fact that it's after the trade deadline. He got traded to Toronto. They said, we don't want him. We're going to figure out his future. And then a week or so later, he just hangs it up. This feels like a force out.
When I say choice, I guess choice is the wrong word. But this knowing Chris Paul, I feel like this is something that he's come to like accept. Like a couple years ago, I remember him speaking a little bit about that. He's accept that he hasn't won a championship. He's still happy with the outcome. I think you're right. This is like a forced out, so to speak, or maybe like nobody wants him anymore. I think he's accepted that. I think he's mature enough to like accept that and just be grateful for what his career was and know where he stands in the history of the league. So maybe choice isn't the right word, but I'm hoping and I'm happy that he has come to an acceptance of it.
This is what I'll say, right? As far as the choice goes, I think we underestimate I guess how much men want to be part of their families and like active every day in their kids' lives. And I do believe that Chris Paul, although he got violated, he actually got a taste of what retirement is going to be like. He's going to have so much more time to be there for his kids, like directly on the ground, like every day. And I think he accepted it because he's looking forward to that. Because a lot of people, when they retire, that's the thing they talk about the most. Like athletes, like they're like, oh, I get to spend more time with my kids. Like a lot of them say that, and he kind of got a taste of that. I think that's why he, although it was forced, I think he probably enjoys that and is happy about that. Because everybody who talks about how Chris Paul was taking the news that they just sent him home, like they all said he was in good spirits, he was happy. You saw that screenshot with him, DeAndre, Blake. He seemed like he was in good spirits because he was like, whatever happens, I'm good. And that mental shift is crazy, right? But I'm happy that he's happy. Now, I will say though, as a basketball fan, this is OD. And the Clippers, I don't know if it's arrogance, it sounds crazy, but I don't know if it's arrogance, complete just ignorance or disrespect for the importance of culture and reputation of your franchise in sports. But the Clippers should be the last franchise to ever do this to any player because they are the Clippers. They should understand we are the Clippers. We have a bad reputation already. We have a whole arena because we're trying to build up our own reputation, our own legacy, our own cachet. Right? We finally have a lot of people were clamoring for that. Like, oh, they need their own, they get it. And now these are the things that they do to their greats, their all-time greatest player ever. It's crazy. It looks bad. It gives credence to what a lot of Lakers fans say about the Clippers. You see James Harden leaving, like that's in and of itself crazy because we see how good they were right before he demanded the trade.
Zubac too, again, trading him away, that's crazy.
Like it makes no sense. I don't know what's going on, but it's not a stain. What's happening is not a stain on Chris Paul. It's a stain on the Clippers.
Correct.
That's it. So
I can appreciate y'all trying to put a positive spin on this, but I'm gonna stand 10 toes for my guy and defend him by acknowledging that this is shitty.
Yeah.
Because even Alan, I take your point. Not everyone gets a farewell tour, but even some of the guys you mentioned, the Melos of the world, etc., there's still something to walking away, right? Melo, he finished his last season. He finished his contract. He was a free agent and decided not to seek another contract. That's not this. This is the middle of the season. For all, Paul, you said about him seemingly at peace, I'm not going to ignore that for the last 3 months, he's been posting workout videos.
Right.
He's been posting stay ready videos. He's been posting, ready for the next opportunity videos. You cannot convince me with this rollout of a retirement that he did not still want to play. So for everything you said, I think, yes, you're right. He's made peace with it. But I do not like that a player of this caliber wanted to play still, and the league basically said no. You cannot tell me that Chris Paul had no value on an NBA bench when guys like, and I say this respectfully, Giannis Haslam get to be bench coaches for years. Jared Dudleys of the world get to be bench coaches for years. The Andre Iguodala's of the world get to be bench coaches for years. There is space in this league that franchises will keep a player on salary for their value in locker rooms and on benches until they are ready to walk away from the game. Mm-hmm. So the fact that Chris Paul was told to go home, got traded, didn't even get bought out to become a free agent. That tells me his agent went to the marketplace and there was nowhere for him and he just decided to retire. It's never going to sit right with me. It's never going to sit right with me, especially with all this cap space and flexibility all these teams created that you could put a vet min 14 guy on your roster just to finish the season, just so he can get to these arenas, just so he can end the season and say, I'm walking away. As much as he dresses it up, this is not walking away. This is, I have nothing left to do, so I'm just going to make the retirement announcement now before Shams puts out a report that Chris Paul has been seeking a contract and he can't find one.
Yeah. No, that's fair. And just a little tidbit I was thinking about when you said those guys. First and foremost, Jared Dudley is cemented. That's the number one thing. Secondly, the other guys that you mentioned, like Giannis Haslam, and who's the third guy you mentioned? You said Iguodala. They stayed on franchises where they were either they meant something historically, which is why I got so much smoke for the Clippers, or they had a star on that team that was like, I don't care what you do next, this guy's got to stay. Right. Chris Paul did not find himself in that situation at all, which is crazy because we should give smoke to the Clippers.
So I have smoke for Shea too then.
I was just about to say the Thunder could use him right now because they started 24-1. Since then, they've been 18-13.
Shea should have called him up and said, brother, big bro, you taught me everything. This is the least I can do for you. This is the very least I can do for you. I got none but smoke for Shea right now too.
Unless he don't have
I
the
got
power in
smoke
the
for
organization.
I got smoke for James Harden too.
James Harden and him are beefing. They're not boys like that.
I got smoke for LeBron James. I'm saying it.
You
I'm
can say
saying
that.
it.
You can say that.
I'm
No,
saying it. I
you
saw
might not
your
have-
comment.
that's
I saw your comment. Hell of a career champ.
He commented that.
yeah, he's
He
crazy.
said hell of a career champ.
Oh nah. Oh,
But
nah.
can I say this also?
Yo.
No, let me
You
go
can
in.
allude-
Y'all say I'm a LeBron James defender on this podcast.
Nah, some
Y'all
things you
forget
get
that
alluding to.
I'm a retired LeBron hater. I'm a retired LeBron
My
hater.
nigga, hold on. That's what I like to hear. Let's get
You
it.
did it. You did it for Dwayne. You
Yes,
did it
that's
for
a fact.
Dwayne. You
Carmelo.
did it for Melo.
Yo, that's a fact.
CP3.
You did it for D Rose.
But can I
You
just
did
say
it for Dwight.
Can I just say though?
Rondo.
You did it for Rondo, who he
I
had
think-
beef with.
Right.
You even tried to get Kyrie.
That's true.
I get it. You do not have the pull in the Lakers front office anymore like
That's
you
what
used
it
to.
is. That's what it is, though.
Yeah.
You ain't got juice like that no more with them.
But the fact that Chris Paul couldn't get, and I'll be honest about this, a charity spot to finish the season in this league when he's a former PA president is disgusting.
Yeah, 100%.
It's funny. You could say LeBron got a charity spot in the All-Star game.
He does.
Yeah.
And that was the coaches.
Mm-hmm.
I think
This
Chris
is the
Paul.
question.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say this is the question, the comment.
Well, yeah, they do. They do. And this is why I got smoke for Shea, because a lot of these young guys, a lot of these young stars, they didn't have the pleasure of learning from CP3. They weren't really his contemporaries. But Braun was, and Shea was his mentee. Like Shea learned how to win through him. So I got the most smoke. I got the most smoke from the Clippers, but Shea's like very close behind. And then LeBron's third because, they were never really teammates like that. They're boys. But like at the same time, if one of you three were down bad, you best believe I'm making a call to my employers. Listen, I got this great guy. My boy Roe. Listen, we got a spot for him over here. My boy,
Hold on. That's not going to be me.
it's not going to be. I'm just giving an example. I'm just giving an example. That's never going to be you. I'm just giving an example. I'm just saying. There's no world where my boys are down bad and I'm just like, damn, bro, hell of a career, champ. Hey, you did your thing for real. You're
so
fake.
passive aggressive, bro.
You're fake.
I don't think
Hell of a career
LeBron can do anything. I don't think LeBron can do anything.
Because when at the same time, I'm a little hesitant to blame Shea because like we got to get there. You have all 15 rosters filled up. Someone got to go in order for Chris Paul to come. You know what I mean? That's tough to ask of people. Like now you're messing with someone's livelihood for someone who's about to retire.
Yeah, that's fair.
He earned it.
I feel you, but like
Send one of them two-way boys down.
we send this two-way guy home. He may never make the league again.
Nah, not send
This
him
guy's
home.
trying to eat.
Just send him down. That's the whole benefit of a two-way. Just assign him down.
The roster spot is still there. Just because he's a two-way, that he still fills up that roster spot. You know what I mean?
No, if you convert two-way to full-time G League, then the spot opens up. I think.
Oh yeah, if you don't, okay, I see what you're saying now. Wait, no, because a two-way spot is a specifically designated spot.
Yeah, but
it's not part of like the 15. So if they have 15 and then you're allowed two-way spots, it doesn't count. So if you have full 15, the two ways is its own separate thing.
How can that work then? Because then if you have two-way suiting up, I don't think you can carry 17 suited up on the bench.
If they're two-way, they could be on the bench, but it only works because they're only allowed up there for a number of days.
Let's say everyone's healthy and suited up. That means you would have 17 available players potentially. I don't think that's how it works.
You can only have 15 active, so they could be on the bench, but they can't be active. Someone has to be like inactive.
That's my point. So when they activate a two-way up to the varsity, that's a roster spot.
No, it still counts as two-way. In order for it to be a roster spot, they have to like upgrade their contract, and then you have the same problem arises. You have to let someone go.
I thought that what it is in your 15, you can carry up to two-way guys.
It's 15 and then two ways.
But then no, but again, so explain how that makes sense. Let's say you have called up both your two ways to be varsity, but you have 15 healthy. That means you would have 17 available men on your bench. Because when a two-way is called up, they're available to play.
Yeah, but they have to be active for that game. So they could be like when they're available to play, just means they're with the team and not with the two-way team. So if there's two guys on two-way and they're too active, two other people are going to be inactive for that game.
That's my point. That's my point. But hold on. All right. So look, you only carry 12 active, right? You're only allowed to have 12 available players to play. You can carry 15 on your roster. You're saying in addition to 15, you could carry two ways. So you have 17 players. I'm saying the way a two-way contract works, you're allowed to be active with either team on any given game. So, for example, in Bronny's rookie year, he would play a G League game and be available to play in an NBA game on the same day.
Yes.
That means your two-way guys are in your 12, right? So if you're saying that someone is inactive and that's how they're able to do that, that's what I'm saying. Like you can't have them and have the 12. They're a part of the 12. They're not an addition.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, so like you're right about that 12, but you're still forgetting about the other people that make up the 15. Chris Paul has to take away from one of those 15 guys.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. That's why I said if you just fully assign a two-way guy to down, you have another person in the 15.
No, because the two-way guy is in a specific two-way slot. He's not part of 15.
So you're saying in a given game there could be 5 street close players on the bench?
Yeah. Because two-way is just two-way. They're not considered part of like that 15.
So you basically get 5 inactive and you can activate any one of the 5 for your active 12 at any given time.
Yeah.
That's interesting to me. I thought it was just you have a certain allotment of players on your 15 that you can make a two-way.
No, because the two-way slots are considered part of the 15 because they're after a certain amount of days of them being on. Like
that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the two-ways are a part of the 15. That way, if you denote one of them down to permanent G League, that opens up a spot in the 15.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're not part of 15.
They're not. They are or they are not.
Right.
They are not.
Do they? But see, all right. Does Shea have that power within his franchise?
Yes.
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
That's a what's that GM's name again?
Sam Presti.
Sam Presti runs shit over there.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if Shea has the power.
I don't know that Sam Presti would not. Because Sam Presti's the one that brought CP3 in before. So I don't know that he would be so opposed to the idea. And I also don't know that Shea doesn't have that power. Shea's the first finals MVP they've ever had. So he's got to carry a lot of weight over there. He's got to. Even if he carries like not as much weight as we think about, he still has enough weight to go at least make a phone call.
I don't know, man. Like Shea has, just because he's an MVP and a champion doesn't mean that he has enough, especially in this NBA, because player empowerment is like it's not going in the same direction it was 10, 15 years ago. I don't know if exactly. I don't know if he has the power to make roster decisions the way that players from the 2010s did. You know what I mean?
Does that mean he would get a no, or he wouldn't even try though? Because there's a difference to me.
How do you know he didn't try? Because
I
don't think if he tried, it would get out of the Thunder.
I would come out and say it. 100%. I would leak it to Shams.
He'd be making those Instagram posts.
I don't think.
I would let it be known. Personally, I would let it be known one way or another.
I said choose CP3. They said it couldn't be me. Something like that. Like do something, man.
There would be a Shams report today that I wouldn't even use my name. Players in this franchise attempted to negotiate Chris Paul's addition to the team, and the team declined.
But you see this comment right here, starting drama within the organization. That's not happening on the Thunder. That might happen with the Lakers, with LeBron over there. But that's
I would
happening
have
with the Thunder.
appreciated that. I would have appreciated that.
I know. But
Another
saying,
data point in the rift between LeBron and the Lakers. Players within the Lakers organization wanted Chris Paul there, and the Lakers brass said no. I would want that story. I would want that story leaked today.
Lakers brass said no. Oh man. And the trade deadline
Everyone could
passed, so they
deny
can't
it.
trade him.
Everyone could deny it.
That is true. They do have the power to deny it if they want to.
But I would want that story out.
Listen, man. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this: CP3 deserved better. He deserved. Listen, at the end of the day, however we think it should have gone, he deserves better than this. I'll tell you that right now.
I don't know what's going on with this Clippers fan in the comments. He said for CP3, y'all are wilding out. I don't know what's
But this
going
is what
on.
I mean, bro. I think we don't understand. Like, I think. All right,
He's a Clippers fan.
Respectfully, CP3 and Melo are not the same.
What do you mean by that?
Nah, elaborate on that.
I feel like CP3 isn't regarded for where he actually stands in NBA history. Like,
I agree with you.
Like CP3, Dre, you're gonna disagree with this. Before today, before he retired, CP3 was the greatest player in the league without a ring.
Yeah.
By far.
I do disagree with that. You're right.
Yeah.
I know you do. But like by far.
Yeah.
And he has been for probably the last 7 years.
Yeah.
I think we forget how big of a deal it was that CP3 hadn't won. From 2014 to today, he was the greatest player we were looking at in the league of like, we got to figure out why hasn't this guy won? Is this guy ever going to win?
You know what hurt that too? Because a lot of people said you can't win with a small guard as your best player. And then Steph Curry, he's not small, but like he's not over 6'6".
He gets the small guard title, which I don't like, but I get it.
Yeah. Like and then he wins. A lot of people are like, why CP3 win? That's
like, we forget about that. Like this guy was second in MVP voting multiple times. This guy was a perennial first team All NBA. Like this is one of those.
Yeah, man.
Melo, I love him.
What about Charles Barkley?
Vince Carter, I love him. Like
no.
Vince Carter doesn't go up there. I'm sorry. He's on.
It's different, bro. Like it's different.
Chris Paul is different. Yeah, man. He was a top 5 player.
The conversation is Chris Paul, Melo, Russ. I don't know that it gets further than that.
Y'all don't put Barkley on there?
I'll put Barkley.
Oh, Barkley.
I'm talking about in the league, like his standing in the league. Like he was, I think because his decline was so steady, he actually spent so much time in the league being like middle of the pack that we forget where he actually stood.
He was. I think he started to leave his prime when he was on the Suns, and he went to the finals with the Suns. He went the furthest with the Suns.
That's a fact.
Like,
and he wasn't his best.
We're treating him like he's some next all-star who like had a great run, was a great player, and it's whatever. Yeah. Like, no, this is one of the flag bearers of the league. Like
historically,
this is one of the guys.
Yes.
Like, people are not upset enough for me. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
That's why his comment section looks the way it does. Think about how Dwayne Wade's end of career got treated.
Yeah.
This is imagine something like this happened to Dwayne Wade.
Chris Paul is on the same level as Dwayne Wade too. Let's talk about
That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about it.
You take the rings away, it's the same.
Wade won a
bro.
chip with an aging Shaq. That's a little different.
Chris Paul was not the offensive guy that doesn't play defense, and you could kind of blame for the reason why they lose series. No, that was not him. He was a two-way demon. He was a superstar. One of the main marketers of the 2010s for the league.
Yep. Considered the best point guard time and time again. Leader in assists time and time again. Leader in
what are we
steals,
talking about right now? This is not Steve Nash.
Thank you. Highly overrated for years.
He's right though. He's right.
Derrick Rose, respectfully, and y'all know how I feel about Derrick Rose if you know me. That's my ACL brother and meniscus brother. Derrick Rose getting more love in the league than Chris Paul right now is effing insane.
See, here's the thing, right? Where do you put relationships into this? Because clearly, a lot of people don't like it. Like, you know how people say, "Oh, like with Kobe, right?"
Don't.
Like, oh, he a lot of people don't like him when they play for him because he's such a leader and demands excellence. But like, you gotta respect him. Like, and then even when he was getting older, people were like, you know what? We gotta salute this guy. Chris Paul, it seems like people don't like him so much that they're like happy he's out the league.
I'm not jacking that because Kobe Bryant. I'm not jacking that because Kobe Bryant's whole retirement mantra was that everyone was thankful for all the years they got to hate him.
Yeah, but Chris Paul though, it's like people literally still hate him. You know what I mean? Like
we're talking about past hate.
There's a lot of stuff that's
because like it went from hate. It went with Kobe was like hate to appreciation. Like we're thankful for all the years we got to hate him, but like damn, this was the guy. This is our number one. He set the tone for a lot of things. He's a 5-time chip, and I know that it's not ring talk necessarily, but like I hate to say it, there's a different aura that comes along with it. There really is. Like we're talking about guys that won chips on the roster, still on who? Kobe, D Wade. Well, Paul Pierce wasn't on the chip. Dirk, Haslam. All these guys won. Haslam's not one of the guys. Haslam's not one of the guys. He's on the roster. He's on the roster.
Nomad, are you crazy?
What does it say?
Tell people what Nomad's saying.
Are you crazy?
We're going back to.
Look at the comment right there. He said if Kobe had no rings, they would treat him like CP3.
What?
You've lost your mind.
He's saying that rings are the reason why Chris Paul isn't treated like that, and I disagree.
I don't think that's entirely the reason, but we can't deny that it has a factor in it.
I don't think it plays a single factor
at all.
Unfortunately,
I think the NBA did a bad job in his later. You know how much we highlight every late career milestone LeBron hits?
Yes.
Yeah.
We do that for certain players and we don't do that for others. Like, why wasn't it celebrated where Chris Paul falls on the assist leader list?
Right.
Why wasn't it celebrated? Why wasn't it celebrated where Chris Paul falls on the steals ladder list?
Right.
Why wasn't it celebrated where Chris Paul falls on the rebounds by guard list? We know where Dwayne Wade sits.
Mm-hmm.
We know where Dwayne Wade sits on steals.
Blocks as a guard.
Blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't it celebrated where Chris Paul? Hold on, I'm not even done. Why isn't it celebrated where Chris Paul falls on the triple-double leader list at 6 foot?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Chris Paul, I don't know what it is. He doesn't seem to have like the same cultural relevance that these other guys have. What is that?
I don't know. And honestly, going back to the players, Chris Paul fought a lot for these players.
This guy is second all-time in assists and steals. He's only one of 3 players who has 20, 10, and 2,000. 20,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 2,000 steals. One of 3 players.
He was the union president, too.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
Alan was saying something that makes a lot of sense. We got to start looking at the fact that people in the culture just don't relate or rate Chris Paul that much at all. And it's kind of crazy. Not like Giannis Haslam's got culture, not like Dirk's contributing to the culture, but Kobe does, D Wade does. But you know what? It's also like, and it's really not Chris Paul's fault, but like.
But no, man, I'm talking about the league.
He's played for a lot of teams.
I'm talking about the league. I'm talking about where what a guy has done for the league. I'm saying the league marketing for the past 10 years. Chris Paul, if you had a Mount Rushmore for like when we market our product, Chris Paul was on that Mount Rushmore for a decade.
Yep.
The league is not supposed to let one of its flag bearers go out like this narrative-wise. Forget players. I'm talking about the league itself. This is a terrible, like, presentation for one of your guys as a league.
Kendrick Perkins said that he doesn't believe that the NBA respects veterans anymore.
They don't.
Is that what's going on here, or is it?
Yeah, I feel like it's been true for a long time.
I want to transition the conversation to who I think is next for this.
Kevin Durant.
No,
I don't
never.
know. No.
Never.
Kevin Durant's gonna get heralded.
Never.
Like,
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Because when you look at Kevin
Who
Durant,
is
like
next?
all time with the rankings and all of that, people are gonna be like, "Well, hold on, this man."
Russell Westbrook.
No.
Yeah. It almost happened. It almost happened.
Ooh.
The Lakers
almost
trying to make it happen.
And 10 years from now, watch this. 10 years from now, Giannis.
Oh, here we go.
Giannis has a chip. Giannis has a chip.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think he matters about the shit.
I think
I can see it happening to Dame, low key. I can see it happening to Dame.
No way.
Again,
No
Dame
way,
is
no
not
way.
on this level. Dame was not one of the main marketed players in the NBA at any point ever.
But Dame was loved though. That's the difference. I think
I
Chris
understand.
Paul
I'm saying
burned a
Dame-
lot of bridges.
I'm not just talking about every all-star veteran at the end of their career. That's what I'm trying to draw a distinction. This is
No, I
very
know.
different. This
I
is
know.
very, very different.
I know, but I'm saying Chris Paul burned a lot
I'm
of
talking
bridges.
about a player that was in the primetime Christmas spot every single year.
That's a fact. But Chris Paul burned a lot of bridges, and it seems like people are holding it against him.
I'm talking about the league, bro.
I think the league, he burned a lot of bridges in the league.
Talk about the league.
Don't be surprised. Listen to me.
No.
Don't be
I'm not
surprised.
talking about franchises. I'm
Yes.
talking about Adam Silver,
Yeah,
bro.
No, I know. Look at the last.
I'm talking brass front office, bro.
You know what's the problem though?
It
Chris
goes
Paul,
into the marketing
That's
problem
correct,
we've been talking
Nomad.
about for
That's
2
correct.
years. Remember the marketing problem we've been talking about for 2 years? How do you bungle this as a league?
Chris Paul didn't announce that this is a retirement tour, did he?
Yes, he did.
He said this is his
Wait,
last.
wait,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did in the beginning.
Yes.
He did.
His
Yeah,
last
he
one.
did. Yeah.
Last ride.
He did.
This is what I'm saying. How
But
do
look at
you
this-
fumble this as a league? How do you fumble this?
Look at this comment right here. But this is
Because
exactly.
you know what's
right.
crazy? Right now, this is when the league will be milking viewership numbers. The end of the season, Chris Paul's last appearance in these cities,
Yeah.
you would be milking viewership numbers with Chris Paul concluding his farewell tour.
But if nobody wants to,
that's
he burned so
the
many
thing.
bridges.
I don't know if that's milking viewership numbers because, like what I said before, it doesn't seem like he has this cultural relevancy. I don't think it'll be getting a
His
lot
comment
of viewership
section
like
says
that.
different. His comment section says different.
How many
What they
comments?
saying
Is
in
it?
the comments?
How many comments is getting?
Everyone in the entertainment and sports world is in there. Every relevant. That's what I'm saying. People forget that how many entertainers Chris Paul is cool with. Kevin Hart in the comments. Famous directors in the comments. Famous actors in the comments. State Farm, the company, in the comments.
That doesn't mean. Oh yeah, State Farm's got. State Farm's
Do you
got-
know who would have showed? Do you know who would have showed up to his last couple games, bro? Like, you know who would have been in the stands?
Denzel probably.
Yes,
Maybe, but that's still
Denzel,
viewership.
Michael B. Jordan, Kevin Hart, Snoop Dogg,
Snoop Dogg might not. I don't know.
Jay-Z,
He's a
That's
Lakers
not
fan.
still viewership though.
Lil Wayne. Like, what are we talking about? Like, do you know what this man's aura is really? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
The NBA doesn't. I'll tell you that. The NBA doesn't understand the assignment
like
here.
what, bro?
But
The
hold on.
campaign commercial State Farm would have ran.
You know why?
But-
It's because the
What?
NBA is run by accountants now. This is the same problem the 76ers were having years ago. They're run by accountants. They're looking at the numbers and they're saying, yeah, we're good. And
No,
that
no, no,
doesn't-
listen.
they're not capturing the cultural relevance. They're not. I'm telling you, they're not looking at the history. They're looking at numbers like, nah, this guy, we don't need him. It's
But
good.
hold on. But here's the thing, though, right? What can Adam Silver really do? We got to get off of this topic, but I got to say this.
I have a
What-
transition.
Okay, what can Adam Silver really do if nobody wants him because he burned so much bridges? Because I think every contender could use a Chris Paul, but if there's somebody on each organization that doesn't like him so much that they rather him not be anywhere than be on their team, actually helping them, learn winning ways and develop the discipline that they need to actually go far and potentially win a chip, then what could Adam Silver really do?
If you think the league can't strong arm some things to happen,
I think we underestimate the strong arming thing, man. I think we underestimate.
I think you mean overestimate.
You telling me they couldn't have worked out? The league couldn't approach the team and said, "Hey, sign this man to a 10-day for the end of the season so that we can do some presentations in arena for him."
Are they even supposed to do that?
We gonna act like it doesn't happen?
I don't know what happens and don't happen.
Come on, let's be serious here.
I am being serious. Like you're literally saying you want them to do something that
the Lakers signed. No disrespect. The Lakers signed Andre Ingram to a 10-day in the last week of the season.
You don't think they wanted to do that, though? You don't think the Lakers wanted to do that? That was a story. Y'all didn't have much going on that year, right?
Exactly. It was a story. It was a great PR move.
That
there was no basketball. There was no legitimate basketball reason, respectfully, for the Lakers to sign Andre Ingram to a 10-day contract.
But the Lakers wanted to do it. This is what I'm saying.
You think it was their idea? You think it was their idea?
I wouldn't put it past them. Why wouldn't they? Come on, like,
that was a nationally televised game.
I wouldn't put it past them.
It wasn't a nationally televised game at the start of the season.
No, they could do that. The league could do that.
No, but come on, put the dots together, man. That's collaboration, bro.
Is that collaboration or is that just the natural progression? I don't know. Man. Listen. I'm not saying you're wrong.
If you think the NBA front office wasn't in on that and coordinated putting that game on national television and having the networks cover it so that this was a great feel-good story for the NBA, you're being naive, bro.
Listen, I'm not putting it past them that they would do it, but I'm saying we don't know, and we're assuming. And the argument that Adam Silver would bring to you is I am not allowed to tamper with teams' rosters like that. That's what he would say.
Yeah, that's true.
So that you can't ignore that.
Come on, man.
They choose not to do it, then. It becomes funny. It's a touchy subject you're bringing up, really. I'm not saying you're wrong, by the way. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Shout out Chris Paul, man. Good luck to his future, man.
Giannis, watch your back in a decade.
That's not going to
happen to Giannis.
That's not going to happen. A lot of people. The way I heard people talking about Giannis this last trade cycle, I realize a lot of people hold him high in like all.
That's what you heard.
Yes. Let's
talk about the Giannis trade situation. Say more. How is that your takeaway?
Because so many people were like, "It's a no-brainer. Give up everything. You should give up your whole team."
Who said that?
Fans.
A lot, not just Knicks fans. I heard a lot of people say that.
A lot of fans around.
But then what happened?
It didn't happen.
Because the Bucks said what?
That it's better to keep him to the offseason.
No.
What did they say?
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Where are you going with
the
this?
Packages that were offered were insufficient. If there was a team out there that actually said we're going to give you everything for Giannis, he'd be somewhere right now.
I don't think that type of trade is going to happen to anybody anymore. With anybody.
Okay.
I think a lot of people learned over the years that you don't do that anymore.
Sure.
Here we go.
I'm being so serious, bro.
I know you are. I know.
The caliber of a Giannis is on the market, and no team offers the farm. Not one.
That's nobody getting the farm anymore.
No, from what I read, the only team that offered like the farm was Golden State, and the Bucks just for whatever reason.
No, that's not true because Golden State pivoted. No. Clearly, whatever Golden State offered wasn't enough, and they pivoted to go get Kristaps. So they clearly didn't offer the farm because Kuminga got traded somewhere else. The minute you do that, your package is dead.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Not
so what are we talking about?
Now if the Bucks said no to the farm, then they pivot.
That's a fact.
Who's to say they pivoted before the Bucks said no?
That's a fact. That's what I thought happened.
That's what I read. That's what I read happened.
I heard the reports I saw was that Giannis said no to the Warriors.
I didn't see that.
But then that doesn't.
I did.
That doesn't mean
I heard that Giannis didn't love their situation, didn't think it was a win now, and he also was concerned with legacy and felt like the going to the Warriors move was played out, and he didn't want to end up like Kevin Durant.
I can't believe that.
That's crazy.
I can't believe that.
I believe that.
I believe that.
Did Giannis veto? Hold on.
I 100% believe that. But that still, like, that doesn't prove your point, though. That actually proves our point that, like, he did have, like, power.
He had one move. There was one team willing to give up the farm.
Nobody's giving up the farm for anybody anymore. Nobody's doing that. The farm that people are willing to give up are trade picks.
Jaren Jackson got traded for 3 first-round picks. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's but okay. That's what I'm saying.
And believe it or not, that's not the farm. They had
that's not right.
They were like, that's the point. That's not the farm for them because they had so many picks.
Picks right now. The farm is picks. If you're gonna trade for a superstar, you're trading a lot of. You're not trading a lot of players anymore. Them days are over.
I'm saying go and stay off of the farm because I think it was only like 3 or 4 picks too, but that's all they had. Memphis just so happens that they have a lot of picks from different trades they did. Remember, they traded Bane for mad picks, so they just have like a surplus of. They low key in the same position.
I'm just saying, if we extract, right? I'm just saying, if we extract, right? Look at the difference. And people made a joke about this, but there's truth in it. James Harden said, "I want out," and went to where he wanted to go within 3 days.
Yeah, but for one player.
But listen to what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
James Harden. We're talking about a superstar player saying, "I want to go, and here's where I want to go."
Right.
James Harden, who's not even a superstar anymore, was barely an all-star, said, "I want to go, and here's where I want to go," and that happened in 3 days. So you're telling me it's not. So you're telling me it's not crazy that a star at the level of Giannis says, "I want to go," and has destinations, and that deal doesn't get done?
No, but see, that's oversimplifying the situation. It was a 1-to-1 trade. The Cavaliers, where he wanted to go, was a perfect trade partner for the Clippers.
Regardless of the mechanisms, I'm just saying the fact that he wanted to go and had places that were communicated to, whether on books or off books. If y'all trade for me, I'll resign there. And those deals didn't get done.
Nah. See, here's the thing, right? It's actually harder to trade, especially in this era. It's harder to trade a big superstar like that than it is for a guy like James Harden, who's not a superstar.
I can't jack that because we just saw Kevin Durant get traded.
Kevin Durant get traded? Oh, to the Rockets? And when did it happen? In the offseason, right?
I'm just saying, bro.
You can't oversimplify. I think you're oversimplifying it.
How?
Because all right.
I understand what you're saying, that what it would take to get the trade done. I'm speaking about the fact that no one was willing to do it.
No one was willing to do it yet. A lot of people.
I don't know if nobody was willing to do it too. That's the thing. Like people.
That's true. Go ahead.
And with the thing, like everything we're saying is not apples to apples. With the Kevin Durant thing, Phoenix was desperate to get him out of there. You gotta remember that too. Phoenix was desperate to get him out of there, so they're going to take whatever best offer they can out of all these offers. With the Bucks, it's not the same situation,
right?
And we're not even sure. I don't know. This whole Giannis thing is weird because at this point, I don't even know if he really asked out or not.
Yeah, I don't think Giannis really.
Y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel about that.
Giannis don't want to leave. He values loyalty.
Cap.
He values loyalty. He knows it's the
narrative.
Best.
He gets to hide behind that because he's never publicly said anything. It's cap, bro. No. It's absolute cap, bro. His agent gets to play media games.
But that's the thing too.
His agent gets to play media games for 2 years, and he gets to hide behind the narrative.
Hold on.
He's publicly said it a couple of times though. That's the thing we always forget because it's not widely reported. He has. He said it multiple times. Going back to the last Olympics, him and Doc Rivers, going back to the last Olympics, they both said on multiple. It's just not widely reported because
What did they say? What did they say?
He literally said, "I want to retire a Buck."
He don't want
to say multiple times.
No, I've also heard him say last time his contract came up, yes, I would love to stay here, but it's about winning. And either that verbatim, he said that may be here or it may not be here.
Oh, listen, Pharaoh. This is what I say. This is what. Let me explain what I mean by that. I think
he did that. He did that, and that was a negotiation tactic for the extension that he got.
Hold on. I think
he plays games, bro.
Wait.
Hold
on. Wait. Negotiation extension. That means he wants to stay there.
Hold on.
You don't understand what I'm saying. So that they max me out, so that this is the contract that gets traded, and I don't have to give him my bird rights.
You don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying in his heart, he doesn't want to leave Milwaukee. He doesn't want to leave the Bucks, but he knows it's the best thing for his career. So he's going through an internal struggle. His mind and his heart are at odds, right? So that's why he's saying, if it's here or not here, so be it, because he knows it's the best thing for his career to leave. But he don't want to do it. He don't really want to do it. And I think he's going to say it for the rest of his career.
Can I tell you what he doesn't want to do? What he doesn't want to do is he doesn't want to be seen as the one who did it.
Elaborate.
So with that negotiation tactic back then, he could have just walked away, but he would have sacrificed his bird rights, and the narrative would be he walked away from the Bucks, a team he won a championship with. He strong-armed them into offering him the super full max on the extension, and then he could be traded on that contract. He wants the narrative to look like the Bucks, either the Bucks were like, we're going to move off you and rebuild, or they came to a mutual agreement to move apart. He does not want the narrative of asking out and chasing. So he plays these media games, and watch where the story is framed. The story is always framed into what the Bucks front office is willing or not willing to do.
Yeah.
When this trade deadline happened, did it happen? All the rumors about Giannis, all the discussion about Giannis, did it happen because Shams ever reported Giannis officially requested a trade from the Bucks? Or was it reported the Bucks are now willing to listen to Giannis trades?
The Bucks are not willing to listen. You're right. Okay. That's true.
That's what he's doing. He doesn't want the narrative like a James Harden, because if you went that way, it would happen. James Harden stands on it. I want out, move me. It happens. He's done it 3 times. Kevin Durant, when he went off from the Nets, he put it out, I want out. It happened within a week. Giannis won't do it. Giannis won't stand 10 toes and say, I'm out, move me. Because when a superstar does that, the team has no choice but to move them. But he won't do it. He plays this chicken game where he's like, yo, y'all should probably move me.
If he
because it's a chicken game in his head.
Why would he not do the thing that guarantees him an out? That's
because he got the chicken game going on in his head. It's an internal struggle. I'm telling you, he don't want to leave.
He doesn't want to be the one to pull the trigger. Is the problem?
I think you're saying that because of your opinion on who he is.
I'm looking at the evidence.
Nah. To me, the evidence shows me he don't really want to leave, but he knows it's the best thing for him. But he doesn't want to do.
Think about the way he handled the Dame trade, the Dame waving.
It's a bad relationship that he where he loves the girl, but he doesn't leave when he knows he should.
And what do guys in that situation do? Do everything to try to get her to break up with you.
Or they just accept it.
The narrative could be, she dumped me, it wasn't good, and you could be the good guy still.
Sometimes,
that's exactly what I'm saying.
Really love her. Not unless
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
And we're talking about Valentine's Day.
Hold on. Let me have a married man.
That's the perfect time.
Wait. Let me ask the married man. Married man. That's not toxic.
Nobody.
Not toxic.
Yes, they're in a toxic relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, but who's the toxic one?
Both of y'all.
You, the guy.
Both of y'all.
No.
Both of y'all.
When you know, Dre, if you have an issue in your relationship
and you don't address
it, and you know it, is it mature to wait for the other person to have an issue?
Nah. You should address it. You should
address it
and deal with it.
So I'm not hearing, oh, he's not sure. No, he's sure. He just doesn't want to do it.
Because
he doesn't want to be the bad guy.
No, he has hope that it could be fixed.
No, the way he's been talking in press conferences, all year, he knows that this situation is cooked. He knows it.
Yo, pausing the play though.
He knows it's cooked,
whatever
and he's
we
telling her,
decide to
"Let's
do
have a baby, so we can take it."
next.
That's what I
All I'm
used to say
saying
with her
is,
so
whatever
bad.
He trying to trap the Bucks.
Whatever we do next,
You know, we were talking
whatever
about
we
a
do
baby
next,
going
we gotta
fix
make
it.
sure we
Trap
title
the
this
Bucks.
episode "Love and
Let's
Basketball."
make this out of
That's all I'm-
love.
Pharaoh, you heard me?
Huh?
I said whatever we do next, I don't care. We just gotta make sure we title this episode "Love and Basketball." Please continue.
I agree. No, Dre, chime in here. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But but that
There's
being
no
said,
indecision here. He just doesn't want to stand on it.
listen.
There's a decision. I think there's a decision, man. I'm telling you.
Listen, man. Trap the Bucks into a baby. I mean, that's kind of what. Here's the thing. He should address it with the Bucks, but who's to say he hasn't? And now that he's public with it, now that like he can't go public with me like things haven't worked out. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand that also as a married man, like you address your problems, or you don't take it public until they're resolved, if ever. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say that he hasn't gone closed doors to the front office being like, I'm about to dip. You got to do something here. Or I'm out. And then they try to make something happen and it doesn't work.
And it's a celebrity situation because every time something happens, people know. And people are trying to find out everything. And that's Yo.
This guy's a comedian. He's not trying to talk about basketball.
No. Can I actually perfect the analogy?
Sure.
It's the same guy we're talking about, but it's the guy whose method of getting the partner to break up with them is constantly threatening to leave, but never doing it.
Because you don't really want to
you bring up your issues. You bring up your issues all the time, and you're like, you know what? I could be done with this. I could be out. Hoping that you keep saying that over and over, and the partner just says, all right, just go then. Leave. And you could be like, oh, she asked me to leave.
No, but in that scenario, the guy almost never leaves. The guy almost never leaves. Because
that's my point. No, but that's my point. That's not indecisiveness. It's a tactic to protect the narrative. You want to go, but you don't want to be the one to end things. So you constantly bring up your issues. You constantly have fights, and you constantly threaten to leave, hoping that one day the other person gets tired of it enough and actually presses the button.
He doesn't want to go.
I mean,
He thinks it's the best. Real quick, Andre. Real quick.
No, you sound like the guy in the scenarios we're imagining's mother, who's like, nah, he loves her. He don't want to leave.
No, it's
he don't want to leave.
No, but
yes,
it's
he does. That man wants to leave.
No, he knows that he should, but he doesn't want to. That's the scenario.
You're copying him out. You are encouraging toxic masculinity.
No, I'm not. It's the truth. It's the truth. I'm not saying it's right, but it's the truth.
That man is done with that woman, bro. That man is done with.
Why?
You know why? You know why, bro? You know why,
bro?
bro? Here's what I'm saying. Can I answer you? Can I really be mature? Answer you. You know why, bro?
Yeah.
Because if you actually love the person, you would not do that. You would not stay in a relationship being undecisive. That's also wrong.
No, just because it's wrong doesn't mean that you don't love the person. Right. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You're not loving them properly.
Agreed. But it's love. Toxic love exists.
That's not love. That's not love, bro.
It's not healthy love.
It's not love at all. It's not love at all. Dre, back me up. That's not love.
I see why you say that.
It's toxic.
That's not love.
It's toxic love. It's a different kind of love. It's not
love. It's not love.
Do you believe love is just an action, or do you believe that there's emotion connected to the love as well? Because I know a lot. You said what?
It's a choice.
So action. You believe love is action?
Yes.
Okay. So those that believe that love is action and emotion say that you can love somebody emotionally, but you're not displaying the action side of it. So therefore, it's unhealthy.
You don't really love them.
That's what Pharaoh's saying.
That's part. Thank you, married man. That part. It don't matter how you feel. If you're not backing it up with action, that's not love, bro.
It's not healthy. I'll say that.
No,
it's wrong. It's wrong.
Because if it's not healthy love, then it's not like you're a Christian, Paul. Look biblically at what love is.
No, yeah. Love is patient, love is kind, all of that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It could be passion.
Those aren't just emotions. Those are actions.
I agree.
It could be lust. It could be all these other things.
Well, infatuation
for whatever
it's codependency. I agree with that, but that's enough to keep the person here.
I was going to say it could be love. It could be lust for whatever reason he don't want to leave. It makes us the same as the same.
I agree with that, but that's still my overall conclusion is that
This
he's
guy
the
keeps
problem.
saying this guy has nothing to do with basketball. You got to operate at a higher level.
You gotta keep up, son.
Yo, even if we hold all of this, even if we hold all of our points in concert, the common denominator here is still he is the problem, and that's what I'm trying to get across. The way he's moving, the way he's treating the situation, whether you want to call it indecisive or not, he is the problem because he knows this is wrong, and for one reason or the other, we can debate. He's not standing on it and addressing it and getting it done.
It's both
and
of them.
I find flaw in that.
It's both of them.
Holding
both sides accountable.
I want just one quick response to that. We can move on after this. I don't necessarily agree with that because whether he wants to stay or not, at the end of the day, the organization can still trade him.
But they're being held hostage. That because you know what the scenario is?
Yeah, in
you
a
know
way,
what the scenario is? The dude has the money.
Financial abuse.
Hey.
Which is also not proper love, by the way.
My point, you're holding this person kind of hostage, bro.
But how? If they could trade him for anything they want, damn near.
Apparently
if they want him out of there.
Apparently not if he's not locked in and definitely says I'm gonna resign somewhere else.
Well, honestly,
that's up to the other trade partner. That's not fair to.
Yeah, but here's what I'm saying: if Giannis is going hands off, right? If other teams don't have assurances, they're not gonna do what they need to do.
So you think Alan? You think that the Bucks should just let go of the situation and then just live in poverty?
Well, I'm not saying they should.
Right, Paul, right, exactly.
I was just responding to him being the only problem because I don't. I'm not saying that's what they should do. I'm just responding to him to Pharaoh saying that Giannis is the main problem in this situation. Because, like I said, the Bucks can trade him at any point for whatever reason. If they can't find another trade partner,
but it's like what Paul said. So they should just do that and live in poverty, not have any situation set up for themselves.
No, because whatever you trade Giannis for, you're getting something back.
You can't say that in a post Luka Doncic world anymore.
That was egregious. I don't think we can. That's not the standard.
Yeah, that's never happened again.
I'm just saying you can't operate like that because you could get a trade done and it'd be horrible, and not everyone's gonna get the first overall pick the next year off of that. Because if they didn't get Cooper Flag, how does Dallas look today?
No, it's terrible. Nuts. It's a terrible situation.
Nuts. So no, you cannot just make a trade and know we're definitely gonna get something back because they could have took Golden State's package. Do they look good right now? If they get Kuminga and some second round picks and Moody.
Yeah,
that's poverty.
Not good, but you also getting mad. You're getting a lot of picks back with the Golden State, and those are post Curry picks.
I don't know what the Bucks want, and I've been saying that for weeks too. I don't know if they're trying to be good right away or if they're trying to get a future situation going like the Thunder.
Here's the thing: they don't want to go back. Think about who they were before Giannis. Like they're trying to avoid that, right? Because they went 60 years of rebuilds. Like they're not trying to do that again.
And again,
nothing. Was over there, Monte Ellis.
Again, if Giannis is non-committal, wait, listen. Again, if Giannis is non-committal, if Giannis is non-committal, no team is going to offer that good because they have no assurances he's going to stay.
Correct.
So to your point, Alan, they're not guaranteed to get something back because if Giannis isn't standing 10 toes publicly or privately on I would go there and I would re-sign and stay there, no one's going to offer nothing. That's the point I was bringing about why no one was offering full packages. No one's offering the farm, not because they don't think Giannis is worth it. That's not what I was arguing. No one's offering the farm because he is not even in the back channels standing 10 toes on wanting to be traded and where he's willing to go.
And where he's willing to stay after.
Right. The Bucks are playing guessing games.
They are.
That is
the Bucks and the rest of the league are playing guessing games this whole time.
Because he doesn't want to leave.
Because either way, because whether that's why he's moving that way or what I said, either way, it's causing that scenario. The league has no idea what he wants to do, and so no one can move. And it's actually holding up a lot of other trades. John Morant can't get traded till Giannis gets traded.
Man,
Tyler Hero, LaMelo Ball, none of these guys can get traded till he gets traded.
But even if I take everything that you just said, I still can't be mad at him for not wanting to commit anywhere yet. Why should I be forced to commit somewhere? I don't know.
You're literally holding a franchise and by lesser degree the whole league hostage while you play games.
Yeah, so I gotta force myself to commit to somewhere. I may not want. I gotta see what the situation like.
It's the player empowerment era, right? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, bro?
My son said, I'm weighing my options, man.
Yeah, man. I can't be mad at you for that.
Wait. Alan, I can give you credit. I would agree with you if he was quietly being professional, just showing up to play and not saying anything. But you can't be complaining about your situation every freaking game in the press conference, but then you don't want to do nothing about it.
So let me ask you this question, Farrell. What do you think he should do?
That's what I'm saying.
What do you think he should do?
You've been crying all year. All year you've been crying in every post-game interview, shitting on your teammates, shitting on the situation, but you have the power to make something happen and you won't do it.
So what should he do, in your opinion, Farrell?
Make a move, make a decision, and stand on it. The way James Harden does, the way Kevin Durant does, the way LeBron James does.
So what if the decision is to stay?
Then say that. If you decided that, the whole trade deadline drama would never happen.
That's fair.
He would sign an extension, actually. If you want to talk on paper, if he was like, I'm just going to stay, sign an extension.
Yeah.
Then maybe free agents will come there because they know you're locked in.
Nah, no free agents.
He did that the year of the Dame trade. That's what my point. Yeah. He said this before. He signed an extension.
And then what did the Bucks do?
They played and lost. What answer you looking for here?
And then waived the person he stayed for. They waived the person he stayed for. So what more do you need to see, Giannis? What more do you need to see?
Now, see, that's what I'm saying. I'm holding both sides accountable, man.
Yeah.
We need to start holding both sides accountable in these relationships.
Hold on. If the franchise is, hold on. If the franchise, it's a double game because if the franchise is slowly signaling, hey, we want to rebuild, but they don't want to look at him, right? If they're like, yo, this could be over, what do you want to do? And you're on some, I think I want to stay, but I don't know. What is the franchise supposed to do?
They're not even signaling that. They went out and got Miles Turner.
Turner, yep.
They're not trying to rebuild.
They're trying to help him. They're trying to support Giannis.
Here's what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. That move was a we don't know what to do move, right? They waived Dame. If in that moment, listen, if in that moment Giannis doesn't say, all right, y'all truly trying to rebuild, let's get something done, but he also won't sign an extension, what are the Bucks supposed to do? Trade him for pennies like they did Luka?
No. That's why I'm saying both sides have to.
But then what's the
no? But my thing is, Paul? If that's true, what are the Bucks supposed to do?
The Bucks could trade them. Like we
for what? For what?
Listen, like I said, look. The Bucks, to me, have mismanaged the roster for the past few years. Right?
Granted, I'll give you that.
Right?
I'll give you that. If you talk about the reason why they ended up here, yes, they're accountable for it. Right. I'm talking about handling this moment. In this moment, right, what would you have the Bucks do?
I might have taken that Warriors trade.
That's why
you'd be stupid. You'd be an idiot. You'd be an idiot.
Why?
Why do you say that?
How are you moving forward if you take that package?
You're starting your rebuild.
You're right.
With what? You get your biggest asset for what?
For four Warriors picks. For 4 Warriors post Curry picks.
Or we this is the part we're leaving out.
Wait. Hold on, wait before it gets lost. Wait, before it gets there we go, Al. I'm about to say teams are playing a lot of tricks with these protections now. Look at the Knicks and the Wizards, which we're gonna get to right after this. Look at what the Knicks and the Wizards are doing. Boy. So let's say you mess around and you take that and they put protections on that John. And they go tank.
That. I'm not taking that. It's gotta be unprotected.
Exactly, Alan. And what if that was the offer?
See, we're leaving.
No deal, which is still on.
We're leaving how we are where we're at today.
We're leaving out the part where teams would have better options at the end of the year. Like a lot of teams will have.
Listen, I hear that.
That's true.
But my main thing to just push back on you about the joint accountability is I don't see what the move is that's smart for the Bucks that they're refusing to do.
I think right now
If he doesn't want to play ball and give assurances to any team, and therefore because if I'm the Warriors, hell yeah, I'm putting protections on there if Giannis hasn't said he's going to resign. If Giannis hasn't reached out via his agent and said, yeah, I'll resign, no way I'm giving you 4 unprotected first round picks. Are you crazy?
Well, this year's a wash. We see what happens at the end of the year.
That's my point, though. But if nothing changes on his end, the Bucks still have no good options.
Right.
And that's
Going
why I said
into
he's
next
holding
year?
them hostage.
Going into next year, you think they don't have any good options?
They don't.
If he's not going to play ball, they will not have any good options because no team is going to be dumb enough to rent Giannis and give you 4 unprotected picks to rent Giannis. No team's going to be that dumb.
True.
Only thing you could do is just wait out his contract.
And then you lose him for nothing.
Right.
It's on the Bucks, man.
Yeah, it is on the books.
Because
How is it on
if you can't get a good deal for him and you can't put a good team around him,
You got something.
But here's my point. If he's non-committal to here also, how good of a team can we put behind him? If he doesn't sign an extension so everyone in the league knows he might just walk, how good of a team can we actually make?
You can still make a good team because you don't need a bunch of superstars anymore in the league.
All right.
You can still have a good team.
All right, bro.
Because these two-way type players, these role players, they are looking for just jobs. You know what I mean? Like they
No. Are you two-way
A lot of
3-and-D guys are of the highest value they've ever been. 3-and-D guys can write their own ticket right now.
right, but see, if I'm a 3-and-D guy, I'm looking at the Bucks because all the good teams have 3-and-D guys already.
No, I'm not. I'm not signing no 4-year deal, and then that man walks.
It don't got to be 4 years. It don't got to be 4 years.
This is what I'm saying. 3-and-D guys have leverage these days. 3-and-D guys are not signing no 1-year deals. The
If you
high
want-
level 3-and-D guys are not signing no 1-year deals.
If you want a job on a potential contender, you go play with Giannis as a 3-and-D player.
Brother, I'm telling you, look at the league right now. If you give me the top 5 3-and-D guys right now in the league, go look at their contracts.
There's no space on a contender for any of them.
Bro,
That's
that's
the
not
point.
true, brother.
Yes, it
Go
is.
look. If you name to me right now, in your opinion, the top 5 3-and-D wings in the league right now today, I challenge you to go look at their contracts.
who'd you name? Give me one.
You asking me or Farrell?
Either one.
You,
It's top 5 3-and-D players.
Yeah.
the elite 3-and-D wings, specifically wings, because those are the highest value. 3-and-D wings, the most elite of them in the league. I challenge you to go look at their contracts.
DeAndre Hunter is one.
Look at his damn contract. He had one of the hardest contracts to move in the league.
He did. You did. But I'm saying if you are one of them that need a
Who's on
job,
the Timberwolves? Jared, not Jared. The
McDaniels.
power forward.
McDaniels.
Julius Randle.
McDaniels.
Oh,
Look at his contract, bro. Look at his contract,
power
bro.
forward. My
Yeah,
fault.
so DeAndre Hunter, 4-year 90 rookie extension. What's his current though? Yeah, he's got about
Maho?
2 more years on his deal. Yeah,
He's on a 4-year deal for over $100 million, bro.
for 90. For
Think
90.
about the fact that what's his name has been stuck in Portland, Jeremy Grant,
Yeah.
because you
Yeah.
can't move that damn contract.
Yeah, his
And
contract
he
is
signed
crazy.
there thinking he was gonna be. You know what it is? No one wants to end up like Jeremy Grant.
Right.
You sign a big 4-year deal thinking you're gonna play with some all-stars. Within a year, you're on a sucky team and you're stuck there because they can't move your contract.
Not even playing like that.
No one's doing that. Tobias Harris, he got lucky. He slid back to Detroit, but when he got sent to Detroit, they weren't gonna be a contender.
No.
He's lucky that Cade hit so quickly.
No. See, but my thing is this: if you are one of them that need a job and want to be a contender,
But here's my point: you don't need a job. That's the thing I'm trying to tell you. If you're a 3-and-D wing, you're not starving for a paycheck out here. You're getting 4-year, $90+ million deals, and you're not signing anything less than that because that's your worth in this marketplace. So if that's what I'm going to ask for, I'm not going to go do that somewhere that's about to suck in a year and a half, and then I'm
Well,
stuck there.
we could go deeper on this and look at what the Bucks actually need and why they're so bad. But I'm not trying to
The
do
Bucks
that.
got the best they could. You can get a B level 3-and-D wing. You can get a Gary Trent.
But see, why
You
are
can get
they?
a Kyle Kuzma.
No. See, to me, all right. To me, they should be better than they are.
Who?
I mean, they don't have any guard. They don't have a facilitating guard to save their life.
Is it not supposed to be honest?
They don't have a starting. They don't have a starting wing. They don't have a starting wing to save their life.
Listen,
because all those kind of guys are not going there because they signed 4-year, $90+ million contracts, and I am not today signing no 4-year, $90 million contract with the goddamn Milwaukee Bucks.
I don't think you need a top wing. You know what I mean? You don't need necessarily top wings, but
I mean, I would argue they have some of the best second-tier guys, and they suck.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
So
we could dive deep into this, but we gotta.
Oh, that goes back to your point. Then you can't say Giannis don't need that much talent, because if we are going to acknowledge in the same breath that he has probably the best second-tier 3-and-D wing guys in the league, and they look like this, then he does need talent. And we're not gonna talk about that chip team like it didn't have talent. Drew Holiday is one of the guys we're talking about.
Yeah.
He's a tier 1 3-and-D guy. Go look at his contract. Why did the Celtics have to move him?
That's a fact.
Because they couldn't afford to keep him.
That's a fact.
So we're not gonna act like Giannis won without talent. We're not gonna do that. Chris Smith at the time was a 2-time All-Star. We're not gonna do this.
We're gonna look at. We could look at coaching. We could dive deep on the Bucks and all of that, but we're not doing that.
Well, let's talk about these protections and these picks and these games. It's a wicked world out there right now.
Wicked.
It's a wicked world out here. So y'all telling me the Bucks are just make a move? Because look at what the Wizards are doing.
The Knicks have violated 2 years in a row.
Look, this is what I'm saying. So you try to tell the Bucks to just make a move. Look at what's happening in the East. Look at what the Wizards are doing.
Look at this Nets fan.
React. Dre, you've been quiet for a little bit. React. Look at the wicked games the Wizards are playing. What do you think about this?
I think they're disgusting. And I think they got a lot of contracts they can't move. Oh, quite as kept though. The Wizards might be nice next season, but that's a difference.
They have banked all-stars that they're gonna sit and then actively tank, get the protection on their pick, add young talent around vets, and try to come up. It's nasty work. But they did it. They played the games. Yep. They played the CBA game.
That's what the Bucks have to do. They have no choice. But like you said, they can't do anything this season because no one's gonna give up anything without protections. Specifically, and
especially if Giannis is non-committal.
Now I'm gonna say this: and I don't mean to call any team dumb, but you can get away with this with the Bulls. You can get away with this with the Sacramento Kings, but you're not going to get away with this with a high-level contender right now that's on the way up or quasi-contender, right? Because if the Warriors got a Giannis, they're on their way up, right? So there's only a certain amount of teams you can make this happen with. And those are not the teams, by the way, the Bucks want to be dealing with anyway. So I don't know. Best case scenario, he sticks around, wait out a year. His contract ends next season. And I'm sorry, 2 seasons from now. He ends in the 2027-2028 season.
No. He's a 27 free agent. Next season is his last.
Well, he has the
player option.
Oh, he has a player option, yeah.
He's probably not picking that up.
He's not picking it up.
So next year,
so he's a free agent at the end of next season, just like Jokic. I see the game he's playing. He's trying to do a 2010, bro.
Oh, nah. Oh, nah.
Come on, bro.
If that's the case, then he
right? Last pod that I read off all the 27 free agents? It was last pod, right?
Yeah.
Do we need a reminder of who's a free agent in 27?
We're doing the signs now. Well, if that's the case, then he's made his decision.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That's what I keep trying to tell.
Wait, hold on. But hold on. But where are they doing it though?
Miami.
Could be Milwaukee.
Brother, in 27, remember what I read off? 27 free agents. Steph Curry, Giannis, AD, Jimmy Butler, Jokic, Kat, Paul George, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Zach LaVine, Trae Young, James Harden, Brandon Ingram, Kyrie Irving. I could keep going, bro. You know who also
We'll
comes off at
see.
27? Those top level 3-and-D wings I mentioned before. Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant, DeJounte Murray, Andrew Wiggins, Miles Bridges, Cam Johnson, Kuminga, Kuzma, Hunter, Caldwell Pope, Dylan Brooks, Josh Hart, Malik Monk, Keldon Johnson, Grayson Allen, Bogdan Bogdanovic. Do you see what's about to happen? Why would any of those top level 3-and-D wings go somewhere and sign right now? We all about to figure it out in a year.
It's a fact.
We shall see.
Low key,
And,
they also,
and with the new cap, all those 3-and-D guys are getting $100 million plus 4 years.
Shit.
Grayson Allen is getting a 4-year, $100 million deal from somebody. I promise
Allen,
you.
you better get ready. You're about to come up. You're about to come up.
Wait, Lou Dort. Lou Dort's gonna get a 4-year, $100 million plus deal from somebody.
Not this year. Not after this year.
Listen, all I gotta say is shout out to the Nets.
Bobby Porter.
Up.
Come on, man.
It's to be coming up.
What if Giannis wants to go to the Nets? Wait a second.
That's what I'm telling you. That's what
Hold on. Wait a second.
That's what I'm trying to tell you right now. We're all joking. Allen's sitting there quiet because he knows what's about to happen.
No, I honestly don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to hold you.
Yeah, all right.
I could see no, but I could see no. Wait. Listen, a barren land, nothing going on.
Don't do this
Michael
again,
Porter
please.
Jr.
Nothing going
Michael Porter
on.
Jr. is gonna be a free agent. How much money do you think he's about to get? Averaging 30.
He won't get paid.
Nothing going on. A bunch of cap space.
Don't do this again.
A bunch of cap space. New York City. Can't do it on the Knicks. The way we running, we're not letting that happen over here.
Well, I don't know. Cat's contract expires.
When?
Yeah, we're not. I don't think we're gonna chase free. I think those days are done. We have an actual system and culture.
Yeah, okay. Let's see how this playoff goes and think if they won't just let Cat walk.
You know,
we're going to the finals.
Actually, it depends on what happens this year.
If it don't go that way, you think they're not letting Cat walk with Giannis on the market?
It's going that way. Independent. We might trade for him. If it doesn't go that way.
Why would you do that when you could just win? And this is my
Ain't no
point
way.
before.
Ain't no way.
Why would I trade? Why would I? Because here's the thing: if I trade Cat, right, I probably got to sweeten the deal, and it's mid-season, and we got to try to coalesce with expectations of winning right now. I'm gonna try my hand with Cat right now. Maybe we get it done. If we don't, I let him walk at the end of next year, and I sign Giannis in the summer.
Nah, see, but we gotta understand our franchise player is turning 30 this year, so we got like a 5-year window, and he plays physical, so it's like, we can't afford to wait and waste years,
But in your mind, just like you as a fan, they don't consider this year a waste. They think they can maybe do it now.
No, I'm talking about next year because you're talking about 2027.
It's a great backup plan, right? I think we can win with this team we have right now. But if I don't, I know I get off this contract and then this man's available.
He's not going to be available until the following year, though, and that's a wasted year of Jalen.
No, it's the summer. That's what if you're a Knick fan and you're a Knick front office, you think you can get it done as constructed. You have this year and you have next year. In your mind, ideally, that's 2 back-to-back chips. But in the back of your mind, if it doesn't, I can let this contract walk and I can sign Giannis.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it would literally we would have to waste a 26-27 year, basically.
But you wouldn't consider it a waste because you think you can win as constructed. I'm just saying it's a great backup plan.
No. But if Cat disappoints this year, we're done with him.
You're gonna try it again. I promise you're gonna try it again.
No, not Leon Rose not doing that. Leon Rose is not complacent.
You worked into what I just said. What I just said. If Giannis if watch this, if Cat disappoints, that lowers his trade value, which means to get off of him, I would have to add to it. Where I could just try one more time, let him walk, and go sign any of the names I just mentioned.
I understand what you're saying, but again, it's all about Jalen Brunson. It's not about Cat and Giannis.
He good.
He plays physical. He don't get the calls that Shea gets. Like it's risky, man. It's I don't think Leon Rose would do that. No, I don't.
If Cat disappoints, which means he lowers his trade value, who are you willing to package him with to get off him? That's the question.
That a lot of that depends on what happens in the playoffs too.
Exactly. You would need someone to play well enough to be bait to attach to Cat.
No. I'm saying if other players disappoint, we might be willing to get off of them.
But then
Because
why would I trade
we're
for
deeper.
that?
Because hold on, we're
Why
deep right
would I
now.
trade for that?
Because
If you had two players in a contending scenario disappoint, why would I trade for that?
it depends on how they disappoint. Maybe you look at your team as they could get it together on their team. It happens. I've seen that happen.
Fooling nobody, bro. You're not fooling
I've seen
nobody.
that. Listen, we're going to the finals anyway, so it don't matter.
That's a fact.
All right,
But
last
as far as the picks go, and this is kind of related to the tanking situation that we see with the Jazz. You kind of have to mention that, like,
it's not just tanking; they're amassing bad contracts that all are aspiring at the same time. Low key, don't sleep on the Cavs. The Cavs got off the Hunter contract.
Yeah.
They have James Harden, which looks like a great win now move. But Harden and Mitchell are both also free agents in 27. So if it don't work these next 2 years, they can completely rebuild. They just have to get off Jared Allen's contract.
Yes.
Don't sleep. The Wizards, they could try it next year, but don't work. Trae Young and AD's contract both come off the books after that year.
But see, I don't have a problem with that type of maneuvering.
That's great front officer, I think.
Right now, the tanking now.
That's the secure the backup plan of the picks.
Yes.
These front offices need to front like their win now and perfectly set up their rebuild.
Yes. But it gets to a point where it's kind of unethical, because if you are tanking when you have players that obviously won't let you tank, if they were to play, now it gets fishy. Now it gets funny. And I don't know how you stop it.
So, yeah.
I don't know how you stop it.
With fake injuries.
I agree with that. I think
No. That's what they're doing right now. Low key. I'm not saying anybody's faking injuries, but hey.
Nah, putting him on the bullet.
Nah. But hey.
But yeah,
There's a part of me real quick that thinks that there's a slight chance that is also what the Bucks and Giannis are doing.
Hey.
Trying to wait for his contract at all.
Hey. Picks.
Maybe.
They're trying to get a pick.
Do they pick this year? I think they do on their own pick this year.
But I don't know that the Bucks have made a good pick since.
The only reason why I say that's probably not likely, because if you did that, you would not have given that dumbass contract to Miles Turner.
Yeah.
If they had just waived Dame and then rocked out with what they had, tanked it, and then their cap space was open and they got picks, it would make sense. Why the hell did you commit that money to Miles Turner?
No, but an argument could be made that not because they thought they were going to be decent, at least like a playoff contender type. You know what I mean? They could have pivoted and say, you know what? We're going to milk this Giannis. Giannis, sit down, rest, heal up. You're 32 this year. Heal up.
My true thesis is that the Bucks are trying to do that, but Giannis is not a collaborator in that.
You think he's gone?
Which is why, Alan, they're not gonna take whatever, because in their mind, you could be unhappy. We're gonna tank and get these picks, and they might just be cool with him walking at 27 to get that cap space back.
Man.
Because that's what the Wizards are doing.
Yes.
That's what the who's the other team I said? That's what the Cavs are doing.
They trying to get Keon Anthony?
Yeah, but
We might let you walk and get that cap space back. But right now, while you're here, we're going to tank it up.
I feel like that's
why the hell else would you start Kevin Porter Jr. as your point guard? Come on now.
I feel like that's so stupid, though. I really do, because this will be the year of all years. Tatum's injured. Why would you plan for that this season?
And that's why I say Giannis needs to make a move, because the Bucks gonna protect the Bucks, and low key letting him walk for nothing may not be a terrible plan. And so it's his 2 years that are being wasted because he don't want to stand on it.
That's true. He's the way he plays. Also, he also has a shorter window. He don't got a jump shot. He might go the way of Russ. He's got to figure something out quickly.
But going back to what seems like the Wizards, what the Jazz is doing.
Dallas last
Cavs on the low.
Well, I don't know what the Cavs. No, the Cavs not doing it, because I'm about to say something.
No. Yeah. You talking about tanking?
Different. I think so. Tanking is one thing, right? Tanking is one thing when you trade your star players, get a bunch of young guys, or whatever the case is, and you know you're about to have a bad roster, and you know you're about to get a good pick because you have a bad team, right? That's one thing. I think personally, I think that is fine. That's part of the natural team building with sports. That's one thing. I think it's something completely different when you are sitting guys in the middle of games to affect the outcome of the game and make sure that you lose, or you purposely don't play a guy this game, or you're purposely sitting your team, your best players out in order for you to lose against other bad teams so you get a higher pick. That is nasty work. I don't like that at all. What the Wizards are doing with the Jazz the other night. I think that is crazy. I think that goes against the integrity of sports. I was going to say basketball, but just in sports in general, you can't. That's so completely different than what's it called? Than Atlanta just trading away the best player, going into a full rebuild mode and developing young guys. That's not the same thing. I think the league should do something about that. They already fined the Wizards, or they fined the Jazz, and I forgot who was the other team they fined.
I think it was the Wizards.
It was the Wizards. Yeah, it was a good thing that they fined them. I think the punishment needs to start being a little bit more harsher. Maybe no, it was the Suns. It was the Suns because it was. I saw Matt HBO say something.
The Suns are low key doing that too, but you know why I think they are in collaboration?
Well,
At the time, I was confused by it, but now I get it. Who did sign an extension in the league
this year? I don't remember.
Devin Booker.
That's a worse one.
And at the time, we all said, "What the hell? Why would you commit to this?" Because he is in collaboration. He knows what they're doing. We got Dylan Brooks, which is a big expiring contract because Dylan Brooks is on that 27 list. That Dylan Brooks contract is going to expire. That Grayson Allen contract is going to expire. And everyone else is on short-term deals. We got Booker locked in. Hey, we're going to get these picks. We're going to get this cap space. And don't worry, we got you later. That's the difference. If Giannis signed an extension, I'd be like, oh, I see what they're doing.
I told you he has an internal struggle going on. I'm telling you. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what he wants to do. He doesn't know.
His quote unquote character won't let him sign on to tank, but he's not bold enough to ask out.
Quote unquote, man. You don't like this guy. You don't like this guy, man. This is crazy.
No, I really do. Here's the thing. I understand what he's conscientious of. I just feel like at a certain point, you have to either be about it or don't. Because Devin Booker, he could stand on loyalty because he signed the extension and said, I'm down for this tank rebuild. I'm doing it. If Giannis did that, I'll be like, all right, he's about what he stands on. But he's not. But he won't go as far as to be the guy that's going to ask out and be bumped around. So you exist in this quasi space. Even to your point, Paul, if he is indecisive, that to me speaks to that makes me put this quote unquote character because you stand on verbally loyalty. If that's what you really do stand on, sign the extension.
Unless loyalty is directly opposed to winning, which that is a part of his character.
Which one you're about.
He's conflicted.
I tend to agree with you, and that's why I say quote unquote. There are the guys that are ruthless about winning. You can go all the way to the James Harden end of the spectrum, which is as soon as I don't like it, I'm out. But he doesn't want to be one of those guys because he's shitted on those guys his whole career, right? But the guy he portrays himself to be, that guy signs the extension. And he hasn't done that either.
Well, he hasn't left.
But I hear you, but that's not enough to say you're that guy because there are guys that are really about that. Devin Booker signed 4 years while his team currently sucked. That's real loyalty. So don't tell me you're a loyalty guy when you playing around.
Wait, no. Yes. That Booker extension you're talking about, Giannis is in the middle of that same extension.
No, I understand because the years are in different years, but I'm still looking at team scenario. Giannis is on the second to last year of the contract. In the timeline, that's usually when you would either extend.
Yeah.
You don't wait till the last year of the contract.
Yeah, it don't make sense to do that. Yeah. You show commitment by signing that extension, like 2 years or so.
That's where Luka was last year. And they traded him, and in the summer, what did he do? He signed an extension with the Lakers.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we could leave it here.
Remember, the story of what are the Bucks and Giannis doing goes back to last summer because when you come into the second to last year of your contract, that's when the conversation happens because you don't want to have the drama of playing a season where it's like he may walk at the end of the year. We don't know what he's going to do. No one wants to do that anymore. After the Melo Bron years, teams don't do that mess anymore we're going to play the last season of your contract and maybe see what you're going to do. We don't do that. You either trade you or you sign the extension.
Right.
So I just looked it up. He's eligible this year, like in October of this year. So I guess that's when what you're gonna say is about to be determined. What you've been saying, because it is coming up at the end, towards the end of this year. So that's going to answer everything. If he signs an extension or not, I'll be interested to see.
We'll see.
One way or another.
Interesting topic. I want to see what he's about to do.
But here's the thing. I think he could have signed in the offseason because it's the same thing. Austin Reeves is on the same contract timeline, right? Austin Reeves got offered an extension this past summer and turned it down.
An extension of his rookie deal, no?
No, he already signed a new deal. He's on his second deal. And he was eligible for an extension this summer and he declined it. I'm telling you, bro. I think off-season versus middle of the season rules in the timeline also apply. He definitely could have signed an extension this summer. Same thing with Trey. That's how we all knew Trey was getting traded because he did not sign an extension this past summer.
Right.
We'll see. Because what you said about the 2027 timeline lining up. Listen, if he's a free agent and he brings Jokic to Milwaukee, everything you saying about quote unquote character out the window. That's the most loyal you could be.
I would rock with that.
He's not going to do that. He might not stay with Milwaukee. That's the reality.
Here's the thing, though. The Bucks have to be on board. The Bucks have to be on board with that also.
They'll find a way.
and again, while the evidence doesn't support that, if that was the move, all would be quiet in Milwaukee.
Right, but that's not what's happening. They need to get off it.
So no.
All would be quiet in Milwaukee if that was the move. That was the plan. Because the Wizards made that trade and shut up.
See, no, because again, like we don't know if Milwaukee is the place that Jokic is willing to. Like, there's so many different factors.
That's my point. So that loyalty stuff, exactly. If it's somewhere else, then the loyalty thing goes out the window.
Right, but if it's in Milwaukee, then it's.
It's a circular argument. If it was Milwaukee, Milwaukee would be in on it, and it would be quiet right now.
Not necessarily. I disagree with it.
Why?
Because now there's so many other factors. You don't know what Jokic is trying to do. You don't know, like there's so many different things that Giannis has to figure out. That all of this could be like I think he's conflicted.
Exactly. But wait, Paul, you're arguing both sides of the argument. If we're talking about the loyalty test for him, he cannot be operating in loyalty if the Bucks are not on the same page. You can't be loyal, but operating on a different plan than the team. That makes no sense.
The team doesn't have all the control when it comes to free agency.
I understand that, but if you have a plan, to stay, I understand the team doesn't have control of it, but the team would be involved in the plan, and therefore they would be quiet.
Yeah, but I think I understand what you're saying, but at the same time, they have to fully buy into that plan, and that's dangerous to fully buy into that plan because both Giannis and the Bucks organization don't have all the control of that plan.
Right.
So that's why there's still noise because they're like, maybe we should do that, maybe we shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe we should trade. There's so many different ways that this could go. I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair to say the character that you're saying that we thought he had, he doesn't have, because we don't know. There's so many different ways in which this could play out. You understand what I'm saying?
So you don't think signing the extension would be the benchmark?
That would be a benchmark, a big one. I agree with you, but if he brings Jokic,
I have a question though. If let's say he's just making a general 2027 plan, and it just so happens to turn out that it works out that they make Milwaukee the place, we give him loyalty credit for that.
Yeah,
but even if like he fully considered making it somewhere else,
if Milwaukee is a
place
place
for like 12 years, you can't take all that away.
If Milwaukee is a place, if Milwaukee is a place, then it's on him.
In 2010, there was talks of Cleveland being the place, and LeBron chose Miami.
There was talks of New York being the place too.
Right. So if you are even considering it being elsewhere, I don't think you get credit for it happening to end up in your place.
Kobe almost went to the Bulls.
Yeah, but the front office pulled him in and told him, "We're not making this move. We want you to buy in." And he rescinded his request and said, "Bet," and signed an extension.
Well, therefore,
and
if Giannis,
wait, and key point, and signed an extension.
Well, then if Giannis keeps his free agency options open, but then ends up bringing all these people to Milwaukee because you don't like it. You have to give him credit for that.
I feel like
you have to give him credit for that.
Wait, let's flip it.
That's crazy.
Let's flip it. So you give Dwayne Wade loyalty credit for Miami in 2010?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
Ooh, I don't know.
Of course.
Why?
They actively were picking other places that they could do.
So what?
It didn't happen. So Kobe almost went to the Bulls.
But here's what's different in that.
Okay.
You're talking about what happens as the result of playing in the free agency game. The examples you're bringing up, the star never played the free agency game. They locked in. Kobe never hit free agency. When he wanted the request, him and the team talked and they locked in. He rescinded the request, signed an extension, and the team worked to make the team better. That's not what Dwayne Wade did. Dwayne Wade hit free agency. He courted other teams. They made a plan. It just so happened that Miami had the cap space and had the negotiations to make that be the place where it happens. And you're going to give him loyalty credit for that?
Him and Pat Riley courted those players to Miami as well.
But what's the difference, like, for like the thing that we're talking about when it comes to like their intent or loyalty? What's the difference between asking for a trade and hitting free agency?
Because you trying to go somewhere else.
No, you're missing the point. You're missing the point. The comparison I'm bringing in is like, okay, the team is bad. If the star player initially says they want out, because I'm working out the examples you brought up. You brought up Kobe to the Bulls. In that scenario, he wanted out. He never hit free agency, and the trade request was rescinded, and he signed an extension. To me, that says, okay, the team and I collaborated and decided I'm going to lock in here and build here. That is very different than me hitting free agency, me making plans with other players independent of my team, and it just so happening that the best place for this to work out is my team.
He took a discount. Come on, what are you talking about? Dwayne Wade took a discount for it to happen.
Someone was going to have to anywhere they went.
But he took a discount and brought them to Miami.
Someone was going to have to anywhere they went.
But he took a discount and brought them to Miami.
I think we're going.
You can't take that away.
You're framing it as brought them because they all decided to go there. You're using the discount as evidence that his intentions were to bring them there all along.
No, I'm not.
In that situation, though, what would have been the loyal thing to do in that situation?
To sign an extension, and you don't get anybody.
Signing first,
and then you don't get anybody.
That's
not true because he still could have signed for the discount.
That's dumb.
Yeah, that's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb.
No, it's not. No, it's not. If you stand on look, so what Kobe did was dumb.
No, Kobe didn't do it. But the difference is Kobe was a better player than Dwayne Wade, and he could bring them the championship. Dwayne Wade did this in recognition that he cannot bring them a championship by himself.
I don't know about that.
What are you talking about? That's not even. What are you saying? I'm saying the salary extension, because don't forget, for Dwayne Wade, that's an extension.
Yeah.
Because he was already there.
Yes.
So Dwayne Wade could have went to Pat Riley and said, we got mad free agents this summer. We can make it happen. And Pat Riley could have said, well, we'll be better positioned to do that if you take a discount. He could have at any point signed an extension. Jalen Brunson did this, mind you. Jalen Brunson in a summer went to the free agency and signed an extension for a discount, which allowed them to go sign OG to the contract they did. So Dwayne Wade could have signed his extension for a discount prior to the summer, and they could have still went and got LeBron and Bosh. He did not. He hit free agency and tested his own personal options. That's very different.
Hold on. LeBron was undecided for a long time as well, so that you can't be signing extensions when you're trying to get the main piece and the main piece hasn't agreed, which is why I'm saying Jokic plays a big part in that.
Paul, but this
the flexibility that going to free agency gives you is smart to just go to the free agency. It doesn't mean that you're...
Yes, for the player themselves. That's not loyalty.
Who said that? If you bring it, that's kind of crazy to me. That's kind of crazy to me. It's not loyalty if you leave. That's it. Come on, man.
Nah, that's cap, bro. That's cap.
It's not loyalty unless you leave. That's why I brought up Kobe. He didn't leave. He requested to leave.
It's the manner in which.
Nah. Because it's better. Sometimes it's better if you just go to free agency for your own team.
No, it's not. How did him going to free agency help the team at all?
He allowed LeBron the flexibility to even consider Miami, because if he had signed long term to Miami, they would have more of their.
You're wrong. That's what I keep trying to point out is you're wrong. The contract, because you're acting like Dwayne Wade didn't also sign a contract with the Heat that summer, and what I'm telling you is the contract that Dwayne Wade signed.
They colluded together.
Hold on, let me finish. The contract that Dwayne Wade signed with the Heat in the summer, that was an individual business transaction. The numbers and the terms of that contract could have been signed at any point in time. At any point in time. So the flexibility that the Heat had to sign LeBron, they could have had that at any point in time. You're acting as if like the fact that he signed it while being a free agent created some new flexibility for them that allowed them to sign LeBron. That's not accurate.
That's accurate. That's 100% accurate.
No, it's not.
How so?
He's saying he should have just signed a cheaper extension earlier on.
Okay. Because that's exactly what Brunson did. That's exactly what Brunson did.
But Brunson did it putting faith in Leon Rose being able to make trade moves. No. Yes, trades.
Wait. Because that was their scenario. They weren't playing free agency games.
That's why it makes sense for Jalen Brunson to do that. Whereas you're banking on LeBron James and his indecisive self. It's better to have flexibility.
Paul, respond. You're jumping over the point.
Okay.
I need you to respond to. There is nothing about Dwayne Wade letting his contract expire that helped the Heat.
I can't agree with that. I can't agree with that.
There's nothing about that helped the Heat.
That's when the cap space comes to sign LeBron and Bosh.
Barren land. That's why I talk about the Nets.
Brother, guys. Try to stay with me here.
Okay.
Try to stay with me here. When you sign an extension, right?
Yeah.
Whatever it's a new contract. It's just agreed to, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Listen. Let me because Alan, I know what you're thinking. I'm gonna spell it out. I'm being very specific here. If you have a 4-year contract, I'm just gonna use random numbers at $50 million a year. You are allowed to sign a contract extension where your salary actually goes down, right? That means the term, even though you're under contract because you signed an extension, the salary cap reflects that. In 25, I'm making 50, even though I'm already under contract for years past that. If I sign it for a lesser salary in 26, the team gets the cap space back because my salary goes down. There is no difference in cap space for me letting the contract expire without a new one and signing for 25 a year than if I sign an extension where in the next year I only make 25. There's no difference. There's no difference.
You're saying the structure of the contract.
I'm saying cap space rise, right?
Yeah.
If I don't have a max space contract right now today in 25 because my star player makes 50. If we come to an agreement where I now have him under contract for the 26th year, but that agreement says in 26, you're going to now make 25 instead of 50, right? When the summer hits, I now have that extra cap space because the contract that kicks in is for you to only make 25. There is no difference in doing that than from letting the contract expire with no new contract, you being a free agent technically, and me then signing you to a new deal where you make 25 a year. There's no difference.
Can I tell you where I disagree with you?
Yeah.
The difference is going to sound crazy, but the difference is like that 25. But let me explain. I'll take the same here. So I don't know, cap. Let's say salary cap is 100, and let's use the same 25, right? And so it's also important to know he signed a new deal. It wasn't an extension. That's important because
that's actually what I know. That's what I'm pointing out. Go ahead.
Yeah, but here's why. So let's say the max, at the time was 25, like you said. I'm the star player of this team. My contract expires. We have no other contracts on the books, so we have the full 100.
Well, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna because they didn't have nobody under contract.
They had very minimum people.
It was all role players.
Very minimum people.
Role players.
Sure.
So let's just say we're starting at a zero salary cap.
Almost,
yeah, damn near zero salary cap.
Sure.
And the max is 25. I can now sign 2 25s and still have enough cap space, right?
Sure.
Now I take the star player who was already here, signed to a new 25 because we still have his bird rights.
But
that's not what I was saying. That's what y'all are missing.
He's saying the structure of the contract he say you could design it where you make less money later in the contract.
That's
right?
my point. An extension doesn't literally mean that you have to extend the exact arrangement of the existing contract. All it is you're extending the term of the contract time-wise. But you can change. You can have the terms change. That's how people don't make the same amount every year. Most contracts go up. You sign $100 million contract. Sometimes it's 25 each of the 4. Sometimes it's 10 for the first one, 20 for the second one, whatever. You can have that do the opposite. Right. I'll give you another example. LeBron 2 years ago, he had a player option.
Let him finish his point, though. Hold on.
Here's my point. What I was going to say is if he signs that extension, they're not working from the 0 anymore. They're still working. Now they're working at like the 50 to 25.
Absolutely. You're right.
Wait. You're losing me. You're losing me. Hold on. Math-wise, right? Say there's 0. Let's say, forget the supporting players. We're just talking about the 3 players they brought in.
Right.
I'm saying the numbers of those 3 contracts, right? LeBron at, let's say, because you used 25 as the max. I used 50 because it made it easier for me to reduce from 50 to 25. Right? Let's say the max is 50. Dwayne Wade was making the 50. What happened was it expired of the max spaces. They had no one in a max spot, right?
Yeah.
Let's say, hypothetically, what worked out is they signed LeBron to 50. They signed Bosh to 40-something, and they signed Dwayne Wade to 25, right? And that made the cap space work, right? I'm saying that number that Dwayne Wade signed a contract for as a free agent, there was nothing stopping them from signing him to that number in the form of an extension. That's what I'm saying.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I still disagree though because it's not 0.
What do you mean, bro?
Because you signed the extension,
hold on.
Right, exactly.
Hold on, listen. Let's say whatever, right? You need it. You only have, let's say, what do the numbers work out to? Let's say 50, 40, 25. That would be 115, right? You're saying them having the full 115 in the summer to work with allows them to sign LeBron to 50, Bosh to 45, Dwayne Wade to 25, right?
No. Actually, what we're saying is they have the flexibility to do what they want.
Hold on, no. Wait, hold on. We still have to work with what happened, right? What eventually happened in the hypothetical world is you signed LeBron to 50, you signed Bosh to 40, you signed Dwayne Wade to 25, and you hit your 115 cap, right? Mm-hmm. If you sign Dwayne Wade to the 25 as an extension, then that summer you still have the 95 in space to sign LeBron to 50 and Chris Bosh to 40.
That's not 0 though. That's not 115. What I'm saying to work with.
Alan, because Paul's confusing me. How not?
I'm gonna clear it up for you. Because you're saying 115. 115, like that's not the salary cap. That's over the salary cap, is what I'm trying to say. Like in my example, I use 100 as a baseline, right?
Brother, say 115 though.
What y'all are not explaining to me is what is the negative effect on whatever available space you're going to have in the next year.
You have less.
Why? You're not telling me why.
If you're under contract, then you're on the books. Even if you set it up,
brother.
So that is lower. And because here's the thing, right? When they're coming into,
if we use 115, those numbers line up exactly, and that doesn't go with the situation that happened. It can't. The number can't be 115.
Brother, I'm just picking random. Whatever the contracts were, they all signed in the summer. Whatever they were, whatever math you want to do, right? Yeah. That number is what was the cap situation they came to after making those 3 decisions, right? Y'all not explain to me that whatever the deal in that situation, whatever the deal was that Dwayne signed, which left enough space for them to make the deal they made with Bron and deal they made with Bosh, y'all not telling me how if they made that exact same deal with Dwayne in the form of an extension, how they would not still have that space to sign LeBron and Wade. I mean, LeBron and Bosh.
Because they wouldn't be able to sign LeBron and Bosh at max extensions with Dwayne Wade on the books. That's the
why. You're not telling me why.
Because Dwayne is taking up the cap space. They can't sign 2 max players. D Wade.
Hold on. Wait.
Y'all are losing me, bro.
Wait. Let me try. Let me try.
Wade was off the books when they signed the 2 players.
Wait. Let me try because I kind of understand
what. If you sign an extension where the terms of the new contract kick in and it's not a max, you now have a max.
You have 1 max, not 2. You have 1 max, not 2.
Yo,
they can't sign Bosh and LeBron for 1 max.
You're losing me, bro.
So you're saying that
you're losing me.
Wait. You're saying regardless of the money available, if you have Dwayne Wade under contract and he's not on a max, they were not allowed to sign a max for LeBron, and they're not allowed to give out 2 max contracts to free agents.
Dwayne Wade would have to be really low. Dwayne would have to be really low.
But that's what Carl's saying. That's what Carl's saying.
Wait. Let me ask a question. You're saying it would have to be lower than what they signed him as a free agent in the summer anyway?
Yes.
Why?
Because they were only able to do that as bird rights when he was off the books. He was off the books.
Brother. That's an option. It doesn't automatically kick in. Bird rights.
You're breaking up.
You hear me?
Yeah.
You hear me? Bird rights control what you're allowed to pay the player. It does not conscript you to paying them a max. And this is what I keep saying, y'all keep just not addressing this. Whatever the deal was they signed with him as a free agent in the summer, they were able to sign that exact same deal in the form of extension. The bird rights do not attach to it to make it a max spot if it's not max money.
Bird rights allow you to go over the cap. That's all bird rights do. It allows you to go over the cap to keep the same player.
Sure. But if you choose to not go over the cap, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to choose to not go over the cap of those 3 guys, and that's what
doesn't make sense. That's what I'm saying. That doesn't make sense. What are you talking about?
Wait,
how does a team not be allowed to not do it? What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying they're allowed to do it. They're allowed to go over the cap. But if
I know you are allowed to, but I'm saying if they had chosen to opt out, how would that restrict their cap space ability?
Opt out? I think you're talking about signing an extension. If he signs the extension, then they don't have 2 max spots anymore.
And that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep not listening to what I'm saying. Y'all keep hearing me say extension and think that I'm saying an extension of the existing contract he was on, which was taking up a max spot, right? And I keep trying to clarify that the word extension only applies to the length of the contract. You can sign an extension where the salary of the contract is different.
I get what you're saying.
Meaning, I can sign Dwayne Wade to an extension, but when the extension kicks in, Dwayne Wade can no longer occupy a max spot in my salary cap. That is allowed. What
I'm trying to say is, even if it wasn't a max spot, even if he took half, if it went from 50 to 25, that doesn't leave enough room for 2 max spots.
Why, if that is the actual number he signed for as a free agent?
They all took discounts, right? So
that doesn't make sense. I'm saying literally the exact number the exact number that he signed for when all three of them signed as a free agent, if they signed him an extension for that exact number, they would then have the space to sign Bosh and Wade to the exact numbers they signed them to.
See, I understand what
That's
you're
what
saying,
I'm
right?
saying.
Me and Alan have a
I'm
disagreement
not saying a mythical number. I'm saying
I know you're not saying mythical number.
I agree with. I understand what you're saying, Farrell. I still disagree for different reasons, though. But you and Alan go ahead.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to understand. What is the confusion about the math?
I'm not confused about the math. You're right.
Because
You're right about
because either way, the 20 like that same number, if he goes from 50 to 25, that still goes over the cap space. That still goes over the cap space. In one scenario, when he signs it, I don't know. Because you keep saying you sign the extension is not.
Hold on. We gotta find the exact numbers, man.
Whatever the numbers are, bro. So do you not believe me or not understand that when I'm saying an extension doesn't have to mean the exact carryover, the exact same terms?
No, I know. Because you say if he signs the extension for 25, what I'm trying to say is signing the extension and going into free agency is two different things. When you sign the extension, even for a lower number, you're on the books. When you're free agency, your number comes. Hold on. When you're free agency, your number comes off the books. If he signs an extension for 25, that's 25 out of the $100 space they have.
I understand.
Okay. Let me read the numbers. Can I read the numbers?
Well, read the numbers.
In
2010, make it hard to understand.
July, we gotta have at this point. We either gotta dead the conversation or have the exact.
I'm not gonna lie. I think this is almost entirely irrelevant at this point. But
you're right.
No, but go ahead. I want to hear these numbers.
July 9, 2010, right? The Heat, two new superstars signed matching 6-year, $110.1 million contracts. Dwayne Wade signed a 6-year, $107.5 million contract. In the 2010-2011 season, both LeBron and Chris Bosh were scheduled to make 14.5, and Wade made 14. All right, so Wade did 14 for 2010-2011 because we're talking about in a 1-year span, right?
Yes.
14.5 for LeBron and Chris Bosh, 14 for Wade. Now you're saying Wade could have took a contract extension in like 08 or something like that.
I would have just said this that year, the year he was about to go into free agency, the preceding year.
He could have signed the same contract where he would have made $14 million in the 2010 to 2011 year.
And they would have had the 29 to sign both Bosh and Wade.
Why now, Alan, what are you're saying that couldn't happen still?
No, I'm saying if he took that 14, that's taking away from the cap space they had to sign Bosh and Wade. I mean,
how
not Wade.
The exact contract he signed. That doesn't make
any sense. Because when he's a free agent, they're allowed to go over.
But they all went under though. They all went under.
They all took discounts.
Discount.
They all took discounts.
I need to pay. Look, we can move on. It's been too long. We can move on. They took discounts to fit.
Going back and forth.
They still went over. They still taking discounts. They still went over.
They went over the cap
To sign after signing other free agents. Yeah.
After signing other free agents, then that has nothing to do with them.
Alan, you would have to identify to me what the mechanism is that prevents a team from signing over when they have a player on the book.
If they all went under the max, that takes. I was going off of like signing 2 max players at the max. If they all went over, if they all went under, that changes everything I was saying. Then that doesn't matter. Because I was trying to say, because I thought Bosh and Wade Bosh and James signed max contracts. If none of them signed the max, then that changes everything I was saying. That doesn't matter. That makes it moot.
Now, my point would be
that doesn't go to like the situation that we were just talking about. If they signed under the max, then it doesn't even matter.
No, my point would be though that if we don't know, if LeBron don't know what he's going to do,
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's choppy for me too.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Alan's a little choppy right now. Alan's frozen actually.
Are we good now?
Alan, say something.
Hello.
Yeah, all right, we go.
All right, no. My point is, LeBron didn't know what he was gonna do, so therefore you don't take those chances and signing, and you don't know what LeBron is gonna do or Chris Bosh even, right?
Okay.
Now Farrell might say that means that you're not really bought in, but to me,
that's a fact.
But to me, if you are doing this to bring in players, right, whether you might leave or not, I don't think considering to leave means you're not loyal, because we've seen some of the most loyal players consider to leave. That's my point.
I think it's all irrelevant.
Wait. Let me clarify.
Sure.
It's not the considering to leave point, right? I'm talking business wise, because you entering free agency creates a business vulnerability for your franchise,
Right.
because you can now leave. Of course, Kobe in his mind, and I see where you're drawing the comparison. There was a point in time where in his mind he wanted to leave. I'm not saying that moment of thought process determines loyalty or not. I'm talking about the business decision you make in that moment. So sure, both Kobe and Dwayne Wade both thought about leaving. That wasn't the loyalty test for me. For me, the business decision that followed afterwards was a loyalty test. You both considered leaving because you didn't like the situation. The business decision Kobe made was he locked in. He signed. The business decision Dwayne Wade was, I'm going to protect myself just in case and hit free agency. Just in case this plan doesn't work out, I can still dip. That you setting yourself up to still look out for you is you looking out for you primarily.
Look,
you in that
demanding
moment
a trade is the same thing.
is saying, I'm going to be loyal and lock in. That's all I'm saying.
Demanding a trade is very similar. It's very similar. You're trying to look out for your best interest in demanding that trade.
But you're ignoring the business decision that happened afterwards.
And and Dwayne Wade locked in. And if Giannis brings Jokic to Milwaukee, what can we say?
Why do we think that's going to happen? Like, we spent a lot of time.
That sounds crazy.
Because it can.
I can go make $1 billion right now. Is it gonna happen?
We're potting. We could speculate. Come on, man.
What do you mean? But like, that's not just speculation.
It could happen.
Rainbows. You think Giannis? I'm sorry. You think first and foremost, what kind of relationship do Giannis and Jokic even have that he has that kind of pull? Second,
we'll see Sunday in the All-Star game when it's World versus USA. We'll see how buddy they are.
Can I ask a question in the pod? Let's flip it, because we always apply these loyalty tests to franchises and organizations, right? I'll use Austin Reeves, for example, right now.
Nobody cares
we
about Austin.
We know what Austin's projected worth is, right? If the team knew that and they could have offered him an extension last year, they could have just offered him what he should stand to make in free agency anyway as the extension. And they're choosing to let it play out and potentially let him hit free agency. If they signed him back for that number anyway, you're going to be like, oh, they were loyal when you could have signed him at this number a year ago?
I don't know if it matters. I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know if it matters in the grand scheme of things. Because whether or not they wait it out, like, it's not going to...
For example, think about restricted free agents. Sure. A guy is a restricted free agent. What you call it? Let's go football. The Giants running back who's now Eagle. Saquon, right? You could have signed me to an extension at any point this whole season, but you waited and told me to go hit free agency to see what number I could get, and then you just match it and sign me back. You could have just signed me at that number. Instead of having us have to go through this drama, me have to become a free agent, me have to think about, oh, wow, I might have to move my family. I might have to do all this stuff. And then I go and do the process. I make a commitment to another team. I prepare myself to think I have to leave, and you just sign me back at that number anyway.
Yeah, but
that team was loyal?
It's different. They offered him an extension. That was the loyalty.
No. But is that loyal? If I ask for a number and you say no, even if you offer me a lower number, but then I go out in the marketplace and another team is willing to give me that number, but because I'm restricted, you just sign me at that number anyway, would you say that franchise is loyal?
No.
Exactly. So we can't go off of the way it all works out. We're not going to give credit to the team just because they did sign the guy at the number when they could have given him the extension a year ago.
Giannis?
Huh?
Is it still a point like Giannis?
He's talking about Austin Reeves.
Either way, I'm saying if we flipped it, and the team had an opportunity to lock in with the player earlier, and they waited till free agency and let that player go, have to figure it out for himself, and then eventually, conceded and gave the player that number, we would not call that franchise loyal just because they did end up eventually signing the player.
Okay,
so why is it
unless they've done it a few times before?
They offered him an extension. They
for
offered
a lower number? They tried to take a deal on him.
If this is the third time this said player has been in this situation, and the 2 times before they did it,
That's a whole new factor, though.
But what I'm saying is, like, you can't call them unloyal because then you kind of discredit everything that happened up to that point.
But then I would apply the same to a player. Okay, yes,
I agree.
player has that.
Whole time.
If the player has that habit where they constantly hit free agents, I mean, LeBron would do that. LeBron consistently, since he's been with the Lakers and the Cavs before that, he hits free agency, but everyone knows in the league he's not going nowhere. He's just going to re-sign. Yeah. That's totally different than you hitting free agency and we actually don't know if you're going to sign.
Sure.
So you just changed the scenario. That's totally different.
But I'm saying if he signed the extension, I'm not saying free agency and come back. I'm saying the same thing that you said. If he signed the extension, because he's been with the team like 10 whatever years, and the same scenario came up twice before, and it was 2 times they signed the extension, and this time he's hitting free agency. I don't think hitting free agency this time negates the whole 10, 12 years he was loyal.
That's a different point, and I could rock with that. If you say he has loyalty equity built up,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Fair. That's different than what Paul said. If you want to say loyalty equity, cool. Paul seemed to establish that is loyalty even in the moment. That's what I disagree with. I can't rock with that.
I'm saying these players are bringing superstars to play with them in their city. That's loyalty.
All right, then when the franchise does it, the franchise can say, "Hey, we did give you the money. We did give it to you."
What you mean?
In my example, if we flip it, the team that stalled out but did eventually sign the player to the higher number, the team could just be like, "Well, we gave you the money. We eventually did it."
I think we underestimate how these business deals happen in sports. Sometimes it's not always pretty, but no, because you're evaluating how these deals happen. I'm saying if it happens, if we don't know how it happened, because like Dirk and Kobe are like the pinnacles of loyalty in basketball for the modern era, right? We don't know what type of ugly back and forth.
We do though.
Not all the time.
Well, the 2 players you just named, we do. So
all the time.
Different example.
Every single time.
Yes.
We don't know every conversation.
I can say I do. I don't know about you. I've watched the docs. I've listened to the players and the yes. It's been well documented.
You watch the docs. So you mean after their career? After their career?
You want to let me answer you?
Go ahead.
Mark Cuban is a very vocal public figure.
True.
It's well documented. Both situations are incredibly well documented.
Just because somebody talks doesn't mean that they say everything. They
might talk. Then, I mean, if we're doing that, then
but it's the truth. We have to honor that.
If we're doing that, then there's no point because no one knows.
That's my whole point. They ended up there.
And don't say that you know it's loyalty then, because if you're gonna go, no one knows. Then say you don't know either.
If you spend your career somewhere, you're loyal. If Giannis ends up spending his whole career here, everything you're talking about goes out the window. Point blank. Like, if he brings Jokic over there, come on, man. Like,
why are we talking about Jokic?
It could happen. It can happen. If they offer him a stable of horses.
Paul, let's end there because narrative-wise, sure. Narrative-wise, he ended up spending his whole career there. I guess he gets to go out as loyal. I think no.
Man, just stop. Just say you don't like Giannis and keep it a buck.
No. I'm standing on as a fan, right? As a fan of the franchise. The reason why I have the perspective I do is because
you're a fan of the franchise.
No, listen. Let me fucking say what I'm saying. As a fan of a franchise, right? For me, it's important that I do know that Kobe did once one out, and I know how it went, right? I'm telling you personally, I would feel differently if he didn't sign that extension, which is why I stand on what I stand on. I'm okay with the fact that there was a time he went. I'm just saying it's a fact. I'm just and
It's hard
this
to
is
believe,
that's what
boy.
I'm saying. It's well talked about in fandoms, on Laker podcasts, whatever. It's a well documented, well discussed part of the saga that the reason we don't hold that moment in time where he wanted to go against him is because he locked back in an
God.
extension.
Please, bro.
Let's
That
just say
Give you
detail is
5
important.
championships, and you will hold that again. Come on, man.
The detail is important, bro. It
All I'm
is.
gonna say is this:
It
when everybody in the Bucks Stadium gets a Kolschi sweatshirt, we know what it was. Light it up. We'll see y'all next time.
World versus USA, who winning?
You said what?
World versus
No
USA.
one.
Oh, we didn't even talk
Including
about
us.
the fucking All-Star
We're
weekend.
not gonna win either as fans.
We lost.
I'm
Everyone
not looking forward to that.
I think it has a. I think this is the
I
last.
really
stand.
might not watch it, bro. I'm being so honest.
Nah,
I don't-
you're watching that. You're crazy. You're
No, I'm
watching
not,
it.
bro.
You're watching it. You're watching it. No.
Did y'all see the rookie sophomore game last night?
No.
It's
No,
on
They-
Peacock. I don't have Peacock.
They competed, and I'm gonna say is last point for the pod. I'm gonna say is it's kind of on the next generation to keep like that competitive up. But
I said this before though. The Rising Stars game is always going to be competitive because dudes are trying to make their name for themselves. Once guys are all stars, their names are made and they have no hunger anymore
good point.
because there's no more competition for best in the league between stars anymore. No one
Mhm.
cares.
yeah,
The Xenophobia Bowl is the last stand.
Xenophobia.
This is the last
In a
stand.
game
If this
like
don't,
this-
if this doesn't
like
work, this
That's
doesn't work.
exciting.
What should have in the old days, what would have happened is that in this All-Star game, Ant and Shea would have went at each other's throats because they would have been trying to establish who's better. They don't care. No one cares. Ant and Shea do not care if people think one is better than the other.
Do you think that the international
Back in the
players?
day, Kobe and T-Mac cared about who the public thought was better.
Do you think that the international players care about being considered the best in the league
I
versus?
don't think anyone does.
I don't know. We're gonna find out Sunday. This is
I
the
don't
last
think
stand. I'm telling you.
anyone does. I don't think
This-
anyone does.
If this doesn't work, then they need to get rid of the All-Star game.
There's no fixing
Vince,
it.
T-Mac, AI, KG, those guys knew that the All-Star was opportunity. I get to go one-on-one against this guy and show the world I'm better than this guy. No one in the NBA today thinks like that. No one approaches the All-Star game thinking this is an opportunity to show I'm better than this guy.
That's a fact. But now
Yeah.
this element is something that didn't exist. So this is
They
the
don't
last.
care, bro.
Let's see.
You know why? Because
see.
all these players just played each other in the Olympics when it actually matters, and it was decided already. It's too late.
Oh really? Oh really? You sure about
Y'all
that?
was supposed
You
to
sure
do
about
this
that?
before the Olympics.
Nah.
Y'all were supposed to do
You
this
sure about
before
that?
the Olympics. It's been decided already now.
I think if the international players start blowing out USA, they're gonna start fouling.
Cap.
I think they got some type of pride about. If you listen to the former player, well, they're former players. So
Why would I care? I got a gold. What is it? Medal. I already proved it.
no, because that's different. You're representing your own country. Now this is about international. They're saying this is an international
What
game.
makes you think all the different international players care about
They don't
like
care about
the
that.
category of
I
international?
don't care about that at all.
I
think
just
they-
fought for my country in the Olympics. Why would I not care about all the non-American countries?
because I think there might be some type of grudge that they might
Especially when-
secretly hold.
They got
Against the
some
USA
Americans
players,
on
you
the
never
team.
know.
It's nonsense. They got some.
That's the next thing too. That's
Cat
more
is not to
beef.
play on the international team.
That's more beef. That's more beef. Donovan Mitchell wanted to play on the international team because his grandmother.
But you see my point. I don't think it's like
That's more
I
beef.
like
though.
my country is one thing. What is
Yeah.
like? Why would I care about this arbitrary international
nonsense, yeah.
category?
Well, the
what
US,
does that
the
mean
US
to
play,
me?
the US players might care.
Yeah, the U.S. players need to. That's what's going to do it. The U.S.
But
players.
again, why would I when we just beat the whole world anyway?
Now you're not beating the whole world together. They form like Voltron.
So
Let's see. I got a little
I'm
hope.
not looking forward to it. So
I got a little. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little hope. I think in the back of their minds, they're like, "Nah, we got to win this one."
Cap, no one's built like that.
Ah,
The only person I hate to say it, the only person built like that is KD.
if he start going crazy, I could see Luka trying to match him.
Cap,
Probably. No, probably.
Luka getting back and forth.
You said what?
why do you hate to
Luka
say it's
doesn't get
KD?
into back and forth.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's a fact. Why you?
Why do you hate to say it's KD?
Because I don't like I'm not usually a fan of the way Kevin Durant approaches the game with certain things. I'm dead serious. I have different basketball philosophies than him, but his philosophy is one that I think in this very instance would be competitive in this way. But I don't see that in anybody else. And no one in the international has that other than maybe Shea, but maybe. Like that's a real maybe. Luka don't get in the back and forth. Because he ducked one with Ant last playoffs. I said it.
Wait, isn't Ant in this?
Yes.
I don't, but he don't.
Wait a minute.
He only
Isn't Jalen Brunson in this?
He only care when it's real. He's a goofball.
This could get real. Oh.
No, I'm don't notice it's like Ant is still a young goofball. So he don't get up unless it's real.
No, I know what you mean.
No one is built like back in the day. Every time we step on the court, it's real. No one's built like that no more.
I think this has the potential to get real. I'm telling you.
Wishful thinking. You're hoping yourself.
It is wishful. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you're hoping yourself into it. Like
you're right. But there's a
thing about these guys' personalities. Tell me that.
This is crazy as well.
Max, Shay's more concerned with the colorway he wears during the game.
You did call a grown man a goofball. That's a fact.
I don't think Ant's grown, respectfully.
Oh. All right, so we out of here.
Y'all think 24 is grown?
We out of here.
Yes.
Wait, as all 30 or approaching 30-year-old men, is 24 years grown?
Yes.
24. Depends on the
24. Adult and grown are two different things.
Depends on the 24. Depends on who the 24 is.
That's a good point.
Okay, do you think that 24-year-old is grown?
Hell no.
And that's why we're all like.
I mean, we're not getting into that.
He's not grown, bro.
I'm not getting into
He's an
that.
adult. He's a man. I'm not gonna listen.
He's fathered multiple children is a fact.
I'm not defending his manhood. He's an adult.
Listen,
he's a man.
Listen, that doesn't mean nothing. You got 16-year-olds doing that. That doesn't.
I'm not gonna call him grown, bro. I'm not gonna do that. My dad still maybe thinks I'm like. I think I'm just peeking into my father thinking I'm grown. Like maybe.
Do your parents ever think you grown though?
that's what I'm about to say. Like
I did ask my dad that. He told me what the exact factors are where an older generation starts looking at you as grown.
Interesting.
I know what they are for at least my family. I'm maybe just getting there.
Honestly, a lot of older families, like older, especially Caribbean, they're not looking at you like that. Probably ever, bare minimum, not till you got a kid and been married for years.
Yeah.
Multiple kids, actually. Yeah. They got to do something.
You feel me? You feel
go with the chip first. You know what I'm saying?
When you start moving like you grown.
They could say whatever. I don't care. I'm grown. You know what I mean? Like,
all right,
all right, we
did it.
Light it up.
This was a good episode, boy. It was long.
Look at that, 2.5 hours, and Paul didn't leave. He's capped.
Yeah, and guess what? I'm not about to do. I'm not playing no 2K.
About to do it.
Okay.
It's slow for all that.
Yeah, thank Paul for that.
Oh, I'm the reason we started late.
All right, I'm gonna catch y'all. Let's get it.
Yeah, all right.
Come on. It's Fastbreaks. Listen. We back with another one. Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Alan, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game, we don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break, throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast